Let's try. There we go. Okay. So if I kill the audio levels on OBS, it makes my desktop audio not come through. That is very weird. That is beyond weird. Okay, well that's one mystery solved. But here we are looking at the comps. Hunter, Interceptor, Reaper, Paladin, Aegis versus Brawler, Aegis, Paladin, Reaper, Hunter. Wait, these are almost identical. The only thing that's different between the two teams is a Brawler for an Interceptor. Well.
Yeah. But what you can't see that I can see is on the Reaper on this team is Joe.
What? Joe and a Reaper?
Do you understand now?
What is going on? I would have expected Joe maybe in the Aegis or the Hunter, but not in the Reaper. What is going on here?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match.
Sorry,
folks. We're just sorting out these technical problems. We'll be on 4 minutes. Lots of up and down actions. Zerad already setting the party standard. Yeah, I bet.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's also doing kickflips off the station while he waits for the rest of the team to join in, as you do. For those of you who aren't aware, actually, Cheese showed me this. There's an awful sweet spot around about here that if you bounce your ship off it, you'll do amazing kickflips. You can't do it obviously in spectator mode. They don't have collision as such, but.
Well, there we go. Game begins. It looks like we've got a 3-2 split in each of the lanes, starting off in alpha. So I'll start off with y'all.
It looks like we've got 4-1 split over here.
4-1 split. Oh!
Joe straight out of the barn, swinging. Joe's in a 3-1 situation. He really doesn't want to push on that. He's going to end up in a lot of pain if he does.
Yeah, Joe's really good, but not 3v1 good.
He's popped his stride. If he isn't hitting that jump, then he's a dead man. Oh, if he doesn't grab that rock soon, he needs to rotate or he's done for.
Getting into that cover, incredibly important. He's now not alone. He's got Aegis with him. Aegis Hunter versus Aegis Reaper.
I think that was a bit premature on the armor there, given the fact that he wasn't taking any damage whatsoever. He could have really done with that now.
Yeah, that's really going to cost Team Joe quite a bit.
And his positioning, he's got absolutely what he needs to be on is that Hunter, which he's now lined up on, which is great. But he's lost half his health getting there. His stride is about to come off, go on cooldown. He might just know Infinity's on his back.
Infinity doing exactly what he needs to do in this situation, getting behind that
and the
Reaper.
Position he's chosen as well on that parallel line with the mine means that regardless of where Joe goes, he's not getting away. Centaurus needs just to give him a shunt and he's dead.
Almost with the scythe beam, but it's going to end up being Centaurus getting him.
And there goes Infinity back for the repairs. That ball, that death ball, not the time I'd have chosen to drop that death ball.
Death ball is such a difficult thing to use because you've got this big flashy ability that actually does quite a bit of damage when you hit with it, but picking the right moment I find is so hard.
It's tantamount to success. It's the classic wombo combo. When we look at the Centaurus death ball, it's probably going to be much more effective, I'd have thought, because it is going to drive him out the bubble at least. Maybe he's going to wait for his upgrades. He's probably going to take some damage.
It's also going to kill that beacon.
Yes.
That beacon's going to go down.
At least he's getting something out of it. But the it's the classic wombo combo that you don't see so much of in Fractured Space, at least currently, of people understanding when you have that absolutely crippling combination, you need to time it. The death ball is amazing. The damage it does is amazing. You either have to save it to finish a target off or a selection of targets off. We use it as initiator, but you only use it as an initiator when you've got friendlies that do damage that they're there that can follow up, because you can't follow up with an Aegis. It just doesn't do any damage. You take that first death ball to the face and it's just an Aegis stood in front of you. You don't care. What's it going to do? Chip you to death for the next 20 minutes?
Yeah, if you're not a small ship, and small ships are not meta right at the moment. They aren't. They can do stuff, but they are far from meta. Then you don't really need to worry about an Aegis. He can, he's gonna hurt. And if there's somebody there helping him break your armor, he's definitely gonna ruin your day. But alone, you don't have to worry about him at all. Just go by, do what you're doing. Oh.
That death ball there was considerably more effective because at least we've got Joe on target, putting damage down.
A little bit of it even went into infinity.
But there's Obi in at the back.
Gamma here in 60 seconds.
And Obi is an impressive Paladin pilot. Centaurus is going to be back up to full health before he sees any of the enemy team.
Looks like he's going back to base, which is a fantastic move because right now with Gamma coming up, not everybody is on 3 individually, and that is going to be paramount for this Gamma fight because the
Milan is definitely going to have to. Oh, there he is. He's dropped back for his level.
Even.
This is largely going to boil down to skill.
Yeah. This is all positioning and all focus fire.
You see Predicator waiting here in his brawler, waiting for the
Centaurus with the death ball coming out. Is he gonna? He's gonna hit everybody. But he's also gonna fill up Elson, who protected Mukuk. Exactly what he should have done in that situation.
The question is Predicator here letting that put him off? Because he's waiting for he's camping for the dive as the enemy team come in, return death ball.
There it is. Oh boy, no! The shield going out onto infinity. Nothing.
I'd have hit Obi with that personally.
Yeah.
Obi needed it far more. He's just lost half his health off the back of that, and he's been hooked by the brawler.
A return death ball.
He's out.
Yeah.
Battle of the death ball. This is.
There's the healer down. That's our first death with Gamma.
It is Gamma 1, so luckily the respawn rate is quite quick. However, though, I don't know if you've noticed, Gates' team have gone into this with a significant mine advantage. They don't even need to win this Gamma. They just need to drag it out long enough that they can make up the mining time, as long as they don't feed.
Yeah, right now they're up by 500, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if Obi-Wan waits a couple seconds, actually just by waiting to jump, the jump time, he's got 5 coming in right now.
That's going to be big going into Gamma 1 as well. Oh no,
absolutely.
He didn't wait for it.
There he is. Nope, the jump time got it for him.
Nice.
So he's in here with level 5. Heals going out on Gateson, who is almost down. Yeah, that might just be... There we go.
Elite's not in a great position at the moment. But he needs to be, I'd say, he needs to be swinging further out on that flank there.
Centaurus with the death ball again. Infinity back, level 5.
That's Mook taking it to the face, but shielded by the Aegis, takes very, very, very little damage. He's got a brawler on him as well.
Elson coming in.
Puppy.
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure what Mook's trying to do though. Why is he pushing around on this flank?
I don't know. I guess he wanted to come back in with level 5.
Obi's going out again.
Yep.
Our brawler is doing some serious work.
This is such a back and forth Gamma. These are the kind of Gammas that everybody loves to be a part of.
The thing here is, Joe's team needs to secure this Gamma, and they need to make up the lost resource in kills, otherwise they're going to be so far behind. Picking good targets though, they're going for the squishy ones first. The Hunter should be next on the... Yeah. Infinity needs to be considering disengaging. Getting himself down low.
Space World jumped out of the bubble! Oh, that is not a good move! He is in a lot of trouble now.
Rookie move in all fairness as well. When in Hunter fights, you never want to blink first. It's the first Hunter that blinks is usually the Hunter that dies.
And Obi-Wan is back. Elite Milan is back.
Mook is doing everything he can to keep Space World in.
Down.
But not even he can save him.
Yeah.
This Gamma is dragging out as well.
Team Gate is almost 6. Oh, the close range death ball. Oh.
Only just made it inside as well.
That dying at that close range is almost as bad as dying to max range scythe. There's salt in the wound, and then there's that.
There's just a narrow window or narrow margin with
There
that
we
death ball when
go.
it launches before it fully
Team Gates
activates.
taking advantage of that mine advantage. They are up by 3,000 minerals and Gamma 1.
That level 5 as well from those mine steals is what
And they've-
kept them in that fight
Do
there.
they all have it? I can't see the buff.
No, we don't get the timer, I don't think, on the UI.
Lame.
It's a shame. Well, I'm going to take a quick look over in beta.
Yeah.
See how this 3-man push is going to
Ice potatoes, everyone's favorite lane.
There's a lot of DPS trucking down this lane.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of DPS. The Reaper Interceptor combo, personally, I think is still a pretty strong combo of ships.
I can never imagine that combo not being good. Like 2 years down the line, when both ships are ancient, I cannot imagine them not still being commanding respect because of their kits and how well they complement each other. It looks like
Centaurus doesn't look like he's slowing down either.
no.
He's just going to push right through the middle.
He's got the ability to just completely ignore everything because he could just throw down that blink buoy.
Joe sees how it's going. I was just about to say
Yeah.
Elson and Joe need to get out. They've got a mine deficit, or a level deficit, I should say, and they've got a Scepter, Reaper, and Aegis trucking down at them. They've just not got the firepower to offset it.
Yeah, Elson's going
Did he
down.
get the blink? Is he getting the blink?
Nope.
No. Good night, Vienna.
Yeah. Beta is very, very clearly in the ownership of Teen Gates. They don't have to stop. Nothing can stop them at the moment.
You got to be thinking right now, are the two that are currently trucking their way down Alpha thinking about rotating? Because they should be. They definitely should be. I've seen many a game lost at this point because they don't respond quick enough to a level 1 Gamma push where they grab the FOB and then just charge forward. And they don't stabilize off the back of it, and then that's it. Game done. Dusted.
Mukuk in a lot of trouble right now. 3 ships.
And he's prime real estate right now. They've got
Yeah.
nothing else they need to worry about. With that Aegis sat over the top waiting to shield them, the only damage output there is Joe, and he can't really stick his nose out. Mook is now... He needs to get out, but he can't, because as soon as he jumps home, they can just follow him through.
Gates on finally going down. So that's a little bit they don't have to worry about now.
And it took a level advantage as well. They're
Oh,
coming
but
in at level
Obi-Wan
7.
came in. Oh!
They've got the rotate down. Obi's about to have a bad day.
Yeah.
But you would think, though, being as both Obi and Centaurus are 03, same clan, their communications should be pretty impeccable. So even if they can't win this fight here, they should be able to drag it out long enough for them to either both disengage or stall out while their team, which they're doing at the moment, is pushing up Alpha 2. Just keeping the pressure on, staying around. They don't have to jump through to the enemy home base. They just need to make sure the enemy's still aware of them.
Death ball comes in.
I wasn't paying enough attention
Blink
there.
out into the death ball. That is a fantastic move right there.
That shield, though. That shield.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the damage was completely mitigated. I thought the blink out was the Centaurus blink to disengage.
No. It is so powerful to combo that blink out with the charge, because you can set it up perfectly. But
Centaurus was laughing off the back of the Elson death ball as well, because he just got as much energy as he could possibly need through that.
Yeah, 75% damage reduction on an ally shield too. That some people I know claim that the Aegis is overpowered. I'm not sure that I believe them. But I'm not
I don't
gonna
think
say,
it is.
I'm not gonna
I just
say
think-
it doesn't command respect.
Yeah, you definitely have to be aware of it, but you just have to not shoot it. That's basically the key to beating an Aegis. Okay, let's have a look in home, because it's all going down off the back of that Gamma 1 push, as we were discussing. It's not looking like they're going to stabilize off the back of this. With the brawler going down,
That's a dead brawler.
Paladin having to hover at the back. Heals are coming in just a little bit too late. Even if he'd have landed that heal, it wouldn't have been enough to argue with the damage output of an Interceptor and a Reaper.
Oh, Elson just DC'd and then came back? He was level 2 and now he's back to level 6, so he DC'd. At some point.
Oh, it's a shame we can't see the chat boxes. Joe's
Yeah.
down.
That's it. This game's over.
It's not. Even if they stabilize off the back of this, it's a 2-level lead.
Yeah.
I don't know where Milan's going. They're all pulling out. Gamma maybe, but they could finish it here. Where are they going? Should have at least stayed around to finish off Mook.
They were going home. It looks like they're gonna go do a.
Well, they've just contributed more resource as they
Yeah.
picked off Milan as he jumped. So
I currently don't see any way Team Joe comes back from this. It's not impossible. Mistakes happen. Misplays are a thing that exist, but boy, I cannot say I would want to be in the position of
They're gonna
Team
need
Joe
that.
right now.
yeah, they're gonna need that gate closed as well before they can attempt Gamma. I wouldn't go to Gamma. I'd be focusing on capping lanes. I'd be completely avoiding Gamma. I never ever like going to Gamma when your enemy team has got a 2-level lead and they've got all of the map control. It's not gonna end well for you.
But
See,
also in this situation,
is
there's no good decisions to make. It's like, do we go and contest Gamma and potentially deny them a buff, but then they might just murder the crap out of us. But if we don't go to Gamma, they're definitely going to get Gamma, and you can't make a good
I'm an
decision.
avid supporter of the defend from home and hope for a pick. Did you see that blase Centaurus death ball though on Elson? No one else in the lane. I've got this energy. I'm just going to throw a death ball in your face. I don't really
Yeah.
care about my reserve. I've got a 2-level lead. It's perfectly fine.
Gaetan getting pinned right there from the brawler. He's about to go down.
That counter death ball though, that might, if they can secure gates and follow it into Obi, that might actually secure them Gamma 2, which will put them back in the
Gaetan
game.
is staying up.
But the Aegis shield is down, and Obi's got to be cautious.
Gaetan goes
Dead
down.
Gates. Obi's next. Joe doing some serious work. He knows what the objective is.
Predicator in his brawler finally done. Shield not coming in quick enough. The level advantage is just way too much. They're not going to be able to do anything.
Oh, Obi is clinging on to life. This is what I was saying before. Obi is a damn good paladin pilot. Damn good paladin pilot. He's dragged that out as long as he could. Managed to draw in more of the enemy team.
The
back the
Centaur's
hunter off the
Deathfall
back of
coming
that.
in. Joe and Mukuk probably going to be getting some damage off of this. No!
Just missed. Just missed. That was close though.
A
Very
return
close.
Elson Deathball.
Infinity's not looking too healthy either. He needs heals. Or he's out. No, there goes Infinity.
Yeah, even though that didn't go particularly well, Team Gate has level 9. And they've got, at least 2 people with Gamma 2?
I'd say at least 2, if not 3.
Yeah.
Joe managed to disengage as well from Gamma. It was just a pretty smooth jump out there.
Alright.
Lanes are still... They're not in their favour, obviously. They control very little and few of the mines, but the gates are still closed at least, so Gaetan's team isn't going straight through and taking liberties.
So it looks
with,
like they're gonna go for the strong push in beta. It makes sense. It makes sense. They've got 2 levels lead, a couple of folks with Gamma. I really don't see any way that Team Joe can stop this.
I don't, unless someone fat fingers the jump home key or completely mistimes something. I can't see them repelling this
Yeah.
level 2, especially gas 2 level advantage push. And with level 9 as well, they get their 3rd upgrade. That's a
Yeah.
big difference.
That
A lot of
is-
difference between 6 and 8 and 7 and 9. That focus fire.
Space World
Nah.
gonna be going
He's
down.
taken so much damage. He's managed to get behind the asteroid for cover. He could, if the enemy team, if Gates and the team get tunnel vision, he could potentially run them ragged around the rocks and pull them out of position on top of this brawler. Now, if they could get the brawler in, he could make a difference.
Oh, but Centaurus just jumped right into the enemy fob. So he's going to be grabbing himself that base.
Even with Elson responding to it. No. No.
Only Obi-Wan's going to get
Predicated
hit,
down.
and he's not really going to be hurt that much. Especially with the shields coming through.
Shielded, yeah.
Wow.
He's laughing maniacally in that captain's seat right now.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's team's splintered as well. They're not getting any sort of focused coherency, so they're piecemeal.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of confused as to why Team Gateson isn't jumping through and just ending it right here.
It's a good question. There's merit in securing the enemy healer before you push the enemy base.
Mm-hmm.
But they are staying around to get Joe, which for me means Joe's winning. Obi's not looking too shipshape at the moment.
Nope, somebody
He's
has
gonna get
jumped into the home base and is taking it, but he's gonna end up getting taken out.
Elson is making a play for Obi, but I think Obi's just baiting him in.
Yeah.
And there he goes.
That death ball wasn't going to accomplish anything. Alrighty. Into the base
So,
of Team Joe.
Predicator's back in, but it's Centaurus is sat there in his Aegis, and he's laughing.
Yeah, he's just gonna jump and join up with his
He's taking
team.
abuse. He's going to tie up. Automatically, he will tie up 2 of the enemy team, simply because they need to in order to offset his cap.
95, 98. That's it. We're done.
Game.
That was an absolutely commanding performance by Team Gateson right here. That's your stereotypical Gamma 1 steamroll. Like almost textbook. And the difference in this case was one ship and the players.
Impeccable.
Jeez.
And it all boils down to, at least from my opinion watching that, it all boils down to the mind cap pre-Gamma 1. That mind cap. And it carries through with that whole never go to Gamma unless you're on at least equal minds. If you go to Gamma and your enemy's on more minds than you are, if they match you skill-wise, then you're guaranteed to lose.
Mm-hmm. I feel bad for Team Joe right there. I feel bad for Team Joe.
They went out swinging though. It's not like it was a completely stacked.
They honestly, if they had had one more mine for Gamma 1, just one more mine, this game probably would have gone on for at least another 5 minutes.
It would have definitely stretched it out past Gamma 2. I think we'd have been going into Gamma 3 because the teams, the compositions of the teams were balanced, which makes it even more about skill than anything else.
Jeez.
Especially in the current meta with the current implants and the way they work. The brawler, an Interceptor Reaper, I was saying before, the damage off of Interceptor Reaper is nice. But a brawler supported by a Reaper in Gamma, I think he's going to achieve a lot more. And it's all about those Gamma fights at the moment. It's those tanky compositions in Gamma fights, slugging each other in the face.
Definitely a fantastic match. A lot of things to be learned here. Any newbies out there, you need to watch this match over again.
Lots to be learned. I'm just going to respond to stream because we've got some questions about the tournament. Sure. Zaladin, if you make your way to the For the Lolz Discord, you can actually see the current live bracket if 78 wants to hook up.
You might want to say that in chat Discord because of the delay.
No, he'll pick it up in time. That's all right with that one. He can wait to say that.
All right.
I don't think. Anyway, people joining us actually that have come in a little bit late. Apologies. We're focused completely and intently on the matches. So if we don't respond to you immediately in chat, we will get back to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, it's not because we don't love you.
Exactly. We're just we're focusing on the mission, guys. We're focusing on the mission.
Goodness. So let me see. Where's the bracket as it stands right now? Well, that means Team 3, right? Because it was Team 3. No, it's Team 4 that moved on. So Team 4 is going to face whoever wins the Team 5 versus Team 1 or 2, since we don't know who won that initial match.
I've just read Gateson's comment in your stream.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to the scrubbiest player on the whole team. He is funny. Fair play.
He's been around in my stream for a long time. He acknowledges the fact that he's bad, but
I think he's your version of 78, isn't he?
Pretty much. Yeah. He is in charge of memeing and making sure I'm aware of all of the most embarrassing clips that get made of me. And
yeah, I'm familiar with this.
Yeah.
We don't know the progress. Sorry.
No,
I was gonna say we don't know, folks, the progress on the other match at the moment. I'm not sure if Axe is looking around. I know he is lurking in the channels. I'm looking at the teams. I don't think last I checked, none of those were streaming, were they?
I don't think anybody is besides us.
I will check now. Using the convenience of modern technology and mobile phones. Reductive is, but I don't think Reductive's in this, is he? No. So yeah, we're just going to have to keep you entertained for the next few minutes while we wait for the results.
Hopefully, I was going to say, hopefully they finish quick, but at the same time, you always want games to be nice and long.
Down to that last, nail-biting moment of, oh my god, are they going to cap this before we cap this? What the hell is going on? Why didn't I have breakfast? That sort of thing.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, if you believe in that sort of thing.
Yeah, if you eat.
Yeah.
You don't live on coffee. Hey Samuel, how you doing, mate? I'm just searching out now. If you'll, excuse me. Apparently I got a lot of spam invites for that last game.
Yeah, I got one for the other game, but we were already engaged.
Let me see if I can get hold of Axa. We might as well take a look at the brackets though and see who we fancy as So team 3,
team 4 has moved on to
I'm just looking at the brackets now. Team 6 rip.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did have 6 teams worth of people, but due to reasons, we now only have 5 teams worth of people. So,
as is the way. It's lucky we've got those standings though. Samuel, it's a pre-organized tournament, my friend. So it's open to the public, but the registration did close a week ago. So yeah, we won't be able to add any people in. Sorry, dude. But there will be another one. I'd have thought, judging by this being the second one and how successful it's been. So keep your eye out. There's always the opportunity to jump in. It's this tournament is designed for people that aren't in clans, or aren't looking for the organized like clan team play, and they're looking for something that's more fun. So the teams are all completely randomized.
Yeah, there's a little bit, as far as I know, there's a little bit of jiggery pokery with the MMR to try and keep it somewhat balanced, but at the end of the day, it is random.
And Jesus is playing his violin right now.
Actually, just looking at the MMR difference between our 2 teams here, it was like 1,500.
Yeah, it was that's quite hefty. In that case, then they did exceptionally well.
Yeah. All right.
So the results from that match are up. We already know, obviously, the results from that match, but come on. For those of you new to the channel aren't aware, Luna is my co-host, who likes to also act as the auto balance for fractured space by sitting on my mouse.
Sit. I've heard of the keyboard sit, but never the mouse sit.
Sometimes I'm actually allowed to use the mouse mat. It's a very rare like experience. You can see it. You can see it clearly in games. My accuracy goes up by at least 75%. It's directly proportionate to how much of the mouse match you can control.
Have you tried putting a box on your desk?
I put everything on my desk.
Okay.
Absolutely everything.
Because I know I've heard of some success with gamers taking advantage of the if I fits I sits rule.
Yeah, it's a good solid approach.
Saving themselves a lot of drama, but it's not 100%.
Yeah, this is a non-conformist cat, basically. She'll do everything she can not to do whatever it is that you want her to do. So you have to trick her into thinking it's what she wants to do in order to get anywhere.
So what you're saying is you have a cat.
Yeah, pretty much. Nailed it. And that's only one of them.
Oh, God. Dealing...
Tell you what, the stream delay is making it awfully difficult to interact with the viewers. That's for sure.
Yeah, I gotta sit there and type. Wait, no, wait. I have to talk, but I have to type. No, but I want to talk. So then, let's see.
We can't have too much longer on this match. This current match.
I can't imagine that we will. Although, here, I know what we can do while we're waiting. Where is it? Here it is.
I've just seen it. Just seen Infinity's comment in all chat. Screw it. Single elimination 20s. Honestly, if you want to give it for a whole weekend, Infinity.
Yeah. Okay. Here's something we can talk about. I'm sure you've seen this image. Let me go ahead.
Have you seen? Did you catch the Fractured Space interview earlier in the week?
Oh,
Were you in for that?
The one with the journalist guy with the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yes,
the
I did
amount
see
of
most
information he dragged out was absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocking. Obviously, we Zared and I tend to get a little bit of privy on things.
Yeah, we
certain things, inside stuff.
We get snippets, but it's all under like soft NDA.
Yeah.
So
otherwise, it's the NDA of if you say anything, you never get a snippet again, which is possibly the most brutal NDA you can have. That's kind of like, we'll take your knees. But that interview guy, he even brought stuff out that I'm presuming that you weren't aware of, because the stuff that was coming out that I definitely wasn't aware of.
Bits and pieces. I really like the fact that they're focusing more. I knew that they were focused on retention right now, right?
Yeah.
As much as that stings as somebody that's been around for freaking ever. At the same time, I understand. Guys like me and guys like you, we've already bought in. They don't have to do anything else to impress us. Yes, it would be nice if we got some breadcrumbs, but right now they need to. Making games is a business. Folks got to eat. The lights got to stay on somehow. And in order for that to happen, right now we need more people. But I didn't realize that that's part of what the whole event thing on the weekends was meant to be.
You mean like the implant?
Yeah, like the implants
events.
Going on this week, and what was it last week? Something, the crew one? Events
like that, at least from my experience in other games, the events like that tend to drive people back to a game because we're hardcore. Mm-hmm. There's no way of dressing it up, and it's not arrogance or ignorance or anything. We're hardcore. We're addicted to this game. It's fine. We wouldn't be sat here doing this now otherwise. Mm-hmm. So we don't see a lot of the lower bracket, because I've been advised there's a lot of, I won't say salt, but there's a lot of salt and unpleasantness in the lower brackets, and I don't see that. I quite regularly nip into smaller Twitch channels to see how people are developing, so I can keep track of what issues are in the other end of the spectrum of the game, so I can keep a full scope of the situation.
Yeah.
But with things like that, or at least I sometimes take for granted the fact I have everything unlocked. So when anything new drops, I just buy it automatically without even thinking about it.
Yep.
The only things I haven't got are things that I can't directly buy, like Legendary Crew. I've got very few Legendary Crew because the RNG just hates me, so it's fine. But the truth, but screw single eliminations. I've just Infinity just replied to me on Discord. But so the stuff like that, I'd say, because you can't be conscious of it all the time when you're not seeing it, we take for granted. So events like giveaways of skins, which are nice for everyone. I already got the skins. I still chipped in to try and help the cause anyway. And things that make it easier to get unlocks, like implant unlocks, which would otherwise use resources. That's the sort of stuff that drags people back in. Because I started thinking about other games that I've played that I'm not committed to. When they have these events, and they do draw me back in, because I'm like, oh, I don't have to commit as much time to the grind in order to get the nice stuff. So I'm going to nip on and do a little bit now.
Yeah.
And law of averages dictates if they do that enough times, people are going to stay around because they're going to get the itch that we've got. They're going to get the bug, and then they're going to linger.
Exactly. And
Etymology, you are correct.
Here's that we have
They have been declared the next rounds.
We have a next round. So it looks like we've got a team 5 versus a team 1, and team 3 versus team 2. So I would say team 5
team 5 versus 1. We're watching, I presume. Yeah. Who's in 5 and 1? Let's wait. Yeah. Danny boy.
5.
That should be a damn good match. Daniel is one hell of a pilot.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Have you got an invite on, or shall I set it up?
I do not have one.
That's the wrong button. I'm going to send Daniel a message and see if he's made his lobby.
Okay.
If you could keep the folks entertained for a second.
I keep thinking about actually singing that since I do know the words, but then it's like there's only so much I feel like embarrassing myself right now. I gotta save the rest for my normal streams.
As I say, I don't want to admit how many of the words I know. Let's put it that way. There's a lot of salt everywhere. Not in this channel.
No.
And not in Zerid's. We are non-saltists.
Salt. It has its place. If you wanna.
My chips. Yeah. That's where salt belongs. On my chips.
Yeah. I mean, it's a thing that happens, and it's not about the fact that it happens. It's about what you do with it, right? You wanna be salty with your friends? Hell yes, have fun, make fun of people. Just don't spew it. Thank you. I've got so many invites. Oh my god, I'm popular.
I asked them to invite you. I was like, let's just spam him. Let's just spam him out.
Alrighty.
Ah, oh, damn it! I want to be on your spectator. I want to see what Daniel picks.
All right, ask him to switch.
Yeah, okay, if you don't mind.
Yeah. What's the wow? A 1,300 MMR spread in favor of team. I guess we'll go with Team Kent because that's an easy thing to say.
Okay, we're not getting a spectator slot swap by the sort of sense of it.
No. Although I will say I happen to know.
I'll contain myself until the game starts.
I happen to know, even though the MMR looks like it's pretty different, I happen to know Sailor Boy 99 is not as good as his MMR indicates. Because he's actually been around for quite a while, and he just
the way you said that made it sound like his MMR was too high.
Well, I have to shit post because that's his thing, so I got to get him back. Screw that dude and his memes. Ugh. That dude's a weeb. Anyway, no, he's a cool guy. He's literally been around with me since like a week after I started streaming.
Nice.
That's
nice.
That's
that consistency's good.
That's not something that you get very often as a streamer.
No.
What? No, he's actually been around and playing quite a bit. So I would say he's at least actually in the 1,200 range. Although he just doesn't. He's not a super try-hard kind of guy. So,
yeah, that's good.
So before the MMR change, he actually was a complete terror in the brawler way back, and He's not a bad destroyer player, but he plays the destroyer.
That's slow motion. He's not bad. Oh, Luna, sit down. Calm yourself. She's excited to see the results of this tournament. She's got her face up against the monitor. She's like, press play already.
Yeah.
Lodge the game. Ah, the Rangerists are in the lobby and they're kicking off. God damn it. Tell you what.
Hey.
As soon as they find out you don't like a ship, they're everywhere.
Hey, everybody in Kiker's chat right now. Ranger.
My mind's telling me no. But my body's telling me yeah.
Ranger sucks. Raiders better. Oh!
That's it. Thanks, man.
Opinions!
This is all I'm going to have for the rest of the weekend now.
You're welcome.
My mods are going to be removing the Zerid short link to your Twitch and replacing it with like pitchforks and Christ knows what else now. Look what you've done.
Frontline mode.
Frontline? What?
I mean, I'm okay with this, but I'm not sure that this is what's supposed to be happening.
Oh, yes.
GG.
No, they make us look good.
Yes.
This is what I like.
Yes. See, we had technical difficulties before, and then this.
Oh, that's gold. That is right there.
Yes. This is the best.
I wouldn't believe in Team Tom Infinity. He didn't manage to load the correct map for a start.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's like minus 1500 MMR right there. So basically the whole team's about 3k right now.
Yeah, it just reset the board he has.
Yeah.
It's the pressure. That's what it is. The pressure got to him. Death Logan.
Wah, wah.
Shame I don't still have the audio prompts on.
Mm.
That would have been gold.
Frontline
We're just
mode is
waiting for the
overseer mode.
re-invite.
I will give anybody who actually plays an overseer in this tournament $1.
A whole round dollar.
A crisp $1 bill will be yours if you play the overseer.
You
in
do
this
realize if we
tournament.
get called into sub, I'm now going to fly the overseer so that you have to post me $1, right?
Yes.
I don't have any dollars.
Well, then I will change
I
that.
would frame this. I would frame this.
I would go to the bank and ask them if they have one that somebody had like drawn a whole bunch of like stuff on,
and then send it. I
Yes.
think I might enjoy that more. It's got a bit
Yes.
more character about it. Yeah,
Fair.
that's fair. I can understand. Quickest queue times, NA.
Yeah.
Well, that escalated quickly. That's Axe's favorite command shortcut in the channel.
Game's loading. Game's loading.
The game is loading and unloading.
I wish I was loading.
Conquest mode.
That's what
There
that is
we
for.
go.
That didn't come out as I'd intended. Thinking about it.
All right, the glacial array. So ice potatoes again, but we've got the
You know what?
pillars of
I've got to be
purpose.
honest with you. I hate glacial array.
You
It hurts
hate
my eyes. Yeah.
I think it's a bit bright. I actually do you remember the early version of it where it was just kind of this green fog and it was really dark, but it was still like, the same loadout?
I preferred the earlier versions on all of the maps when they were darker and it was a bit more eerie and you could sneak around and stuff.
Yeah,
It was so nice.
It added a whole lot of atmosphere. I mean, there's nothing wrong with bright maps. I just think like on the ice maps they're a little bit too bright. But all right, what do we got here?
If you have to pop shades on to look at a map, you know.
The map is so bright.
These compositions though, Jesus.
Displacer, Aegis, Brawler, Leviathan, Paladin versus Paladin, Pioneer, Leviathan, Venturer, Aegis. Pioneer and Venturer? What?
Pioneer, I can see. I still maintain that. The Pioneer is a good staple ship. The damage output is amazing.
It
but
is. It's such a boring ship to play though. It's so...
I don't know. I feel a little bit. I've described it before as like a redneck throwing beer cans at people. No offense if anybody's from that area of the world. I apologize.
Those were my people, and I can say that.
Not to stereotype, Jared.
Well, I mean,
your vicinity. But
I'm stuck in.
He also feels, you know, when he throws the can, the
yes.
nuke. It feels a little bit like some. I think you call them linebackers in America.
Yes.
Stand at the back and they lob a ball down the pitch.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like one of those. He's
going back.
That's
the quarterback.
Is that the quarterback? Is
yeah.
It? And he winds up his arm and then lobs that ball all the way down the field and then hits someone in the face with it.
Yeah, the linebacker's job is to go and murder the quarterback in the face, I think. I don't know about sports ball.
I'm the linebacker then?
Pretty much.
As a hunter pilot, I'm the linebacker.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Alrighty. What kind of lane split are we going to get? Are we going to have 3 twos?
Itchy. We've got Jackal, Bear, and Angelo with a nice displace on Jackal, straight up to mid-mine, sitting in...
Uh-oh. Alpha.
Yeah. No, he is. Sorry, I was just waiting. He's just led in straight with the levy beam. He's just been shunted up to mid. CBR hasn't even made it probably halfway to the mine yet. And before he's even the bubble, he's popping that levy beam. Since he's done relatively little damage, but you know, that's going to be like, you haven't even got to mid-mine and you've already taken a beam to the face. You're not going to be happy about that, are you?
Oh, no. Especially not with that displacer wailing away on you, too. There's a lot of... all the focus fire onto Mr. Bear. They do not like that displacer. I cannot blame them. It is such a useful ship. It does respectable DPS. It's got a lot in the way of crowd control, and it dies so easy.
Bear is taking it like a champ. See,
and there the deathfall comes through. Oh, is it gonna kill Mr. Bear?
That's Bear dead. That's Bear dead.
That's a dead Bear.
Bear's team aren't actually focusing any fire. They haven't got anything that can close, or I should say they weren't focusing any fire up until I decided to start saying that. But they haven't really got anything that can close the distance between them and Kenobi. So they're somewhat of a disadvantage when engaging that healer.
Yeah.
Whereas that Pioneer, if I was in CBR, I'd be pushing right past that mid-mine and I'd be going straight for Doc at the back, because they've relinquished mid-mine, but they don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
They're not contesting it in any way. They're just punching each other in the face now. And if I was in Bear's team, I'd be quite happy with that. You can punch me in the face all day. I've got mid-mine. It doesn't make any difference.
Exactly.
How are we looking over in beta? Let's have a quick look.
It looks to be a very similar story over in beta.
Daniel's clearing a house before going back for levels.
He's got his butt sticking out. Oh.
That's what I was going to say before about the Venturer. I respect the ship, the Venturer, but when coming to doing things like this, I only think they're effective when in multiples, because of that AoE heal, and they AoE heal each other. One Venturer on its own, there goes Jackal.
I think what they're going for, and this goes for both teams, is they're going for the super tanky comp with the double heavy. However, I think Team Bear is going to be able to pull it out in the long run because they also have the DPS to throw. Whereas with Team Kent, you've got more tank because of that Venture. You've got the AoE shield. You've got the AoE heal. And that is going to be absolutely clutch in Gamma. So I really think as long as everybody's like there at the same time, that it's
don't even think it's that DPS that's going to be winning the day there. I think it's probably going to be down to Bear. It's going to be down to Bear's control in Gamma.
Yeah. Because
of displacing those heavies. If he chooses the right displace, target and technique.
Yeah, if he's
I think is what's going to win the day.
The displace and then the brawler as well with Sailor Boy is if he can just hook one person. It doesn't even matter who. As long as it's not one of the heavies, he can just go, okay, you're going to come here and die. So I'm a big fan of the displacer brawler combo as long as you synergize properly. You need communication. You need communication. You want that target over here and you want that target over there, and make sure you do that consistently. Yeah, it allows you to do so much with just 2 ships. The amount of control you get and the amount of DPS you get out of both of those ships is fantastic. Daniel dropping down a death ball right as everybody in Team Kent jumps in. That's a lot of free damage.
Have you noticed what's going on in Alpha though?
No.
It's a repeat, but of the first match.
Oh, yeah.
With that mid-mine cap.
Team Bear
They
got
just...
with the DPS and the control, and now the mine advantage at Gamma 1.
Kenobi's hanging way too far out as well on this limb here. He needs to get tucked in more.
I see the Great Cornholio in his Leviathan. He's venturing just right into the middle of the enemy team, and nobody's doing anything about it. He's just gonna go right up to Doc and murder him in the face.
Well, he's broken the back of that push. If the Bears team continue pushing around on this left side, the way they were as a unit with a nice spread formation they got, they'd have easily rolled through Kenobi and split the rest of the team up. But Cornelio's dive through the middle there completely stopped their progress.
Yeah.
Completely switched the gamma fight. Comes a death ball.
Yeah.
Thomas. But I don't think it's going to be particularly effective. No,
it's not going to do anything. But it doesn't matter because even though they're down just a smidge in minerals, they're going to end up with Gamma. Yeah. That's Gamma 1 for Team Kent.
Jackal taking the opportunity to jump along with Daniel.
Yeah, they need to get out.
Doc needs to be getting out. Really needs to be getting out. He's not in a great place. Especially for a support ship.
That was just so well done. The entirety of Team Bear just tunnel visioning and completely ignoring that push around their flank cost them a lot. Thankfully, they made up for it because they're up just a little bit in minerals, but isn't going to be enough. I don't think so.
Got Daniel making an aggressive push on mid over in beta.
Yeah.
Taking full advantage of that level advantage.
Mm-hmm. Is he going to drop
should
down?
offset the gamma. However, he doesn't really have any support. Sailor's hanging back quite a bit.
Daniel coming in with the charge of the death ball, throwing it right down the middle. At the very least,
as we were saying before,
yeah,
he's going to get he's at least to get the sensor array.
Yeah. So they at least got something for that. I don't know if it does a whole lot for them with this comp because they don't have anybody to be cheeky and go around the back. But
it's nice. It's nice. A nice addition to putting damage down on the team, but I would not blow a death ball just for the sake of getting a sensor array.
Yeah. Not when you've got
the whole team is going to be pushing on this forward station here.
Yeah.
If you'd have saved it for that, I think you'd have made a much larger impact.
Yeah, he currently. Oh, Mr. Bear. Oh.
Still premature on the beam. That early game beam, I still maintain that early game beam was more psychological. There's a levy on the mid mine. There's a beam to my face. It hasn't done that much damage, but psychologically, it's aggression. It's there in my face. It's right there.
Double
that beam there. It didn't really do anything apart from waste a beam.
Yeah, double it up with the fact that that's the shock beam, and you're doing even less damage for just the effect.
That there, now that is a solid beam. That is a good beam.
That made a huge difference. That's a very dead Mr. Bear.
Not entirely sure what he was making a play for there either. He should definitely have been holding back more.
Yep. I think we might be seeing the same kind of snowbally Gamma 1 push to victory that we saw last game.
This was probably partly due to a lot of these players don't tend to play together a lot. So when it comes to this is like a stepping stone between a pug match and organized team play. Mm-hmm. The people, they know how to play, they're all in the same comms, they know how to communicate, but they've not got the same synergy that you'd get from a team that regularly plays matches together.
Yep.
So the rotation for dealing with pushes isn't going to be as smooth. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to jump through to the home sector in preparation for the arrival of the enemy troops.
Yep. got CBR in here just hanging out.
It's nice to see him off the ceiling, though.
Yeah.
Sort of come down,
Jumping out.
playing the same level as everyone else. Up.
Yep. It looks like he went to beta. Oh no, he jumped home. I was gonna say I would have tried to jump
I'd
to
have
beta.
carried the pressure there. Yeah. What are they waiting for? Are they waiting for the team to rally? Are they waiting for heals? Let's have a quick in beta.
Oh no, CBR went to alpha.
Are they just
Who was
camping? I think they're waiting for dirty tactics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for that jump out. Oh no, they're pushing in.
There it comes.
Were they waiting for troops to reinforce? Who's in Gamma? Maybe they were waiting for the Aegis in Gamma before engaging.
Maybe.
Dark has positioned himself nicely behind the station, high enough up to provide support, but low enough down that he isn't the primary focus.
Deathball comes through. Lots of healing with this push.
What Kenobi's done here, he split himself off from the rest of the pack and put himself behind that asteroid, but he's done it in a way so that when it comes to Deathball, a choice has to be made whether either it goes for Kenobi or he goes for the rest of the team, which makes the decision a little bit more difficult. Sunor, though, is not looking healthy.
No, he'll be doing a little bit better now.
If you can, there it is. Was that a bait? Was that an intentional bait right there?
I think it might have been. Deathball coming through from Tom, but no, it's not going to do a whole lot. Oh, it's going to hit Mr. Bear. But not do a great amount of damage. Kent is down.
Too zealous there, overextended a little bit, I think. But given the advantage that Bear's team had going into this, because we noticed from the previous game, it was the team that had the mine advantage that went into that Gamma 1 fight that then pushed it through for victory.
Oh, a Deathball while jumping. Oh.
Melt is real.
Yeah.
But it's in this instance, it's actually the team that had majority mine control that didn't win Gamma and have obviously suffered the heavy push.
Mm-hmm. We're a minute 20 out from Gamma 2. One level up.
Daniel's waiting for the gate closes before he makes any sort of plays.
Yeah. Looks like we've got a Gamma.
He's going to be chomping at the bit, waiting for that opportunity to jump through.
Mm-hmm. How many of the mines are they going to go for before they jump into Gamma?
What a beautiful ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame it's not in the correct manufacturer, though.
Which one?
The Aegis. I think it'd look much better with that industrial Zarek feel.
I still advocate for skins that are just like for other manufacturers.
Oh, I yes, definitely yes. Oh, it's just straight in with the bloody exchanges here in Gamma.
CBR just absolutely melting.
And he's definitely out. There's no way. He's flying up into a death ball.
Yeah.
That's him gone.
And then the counter death ball coming
and
through.
It's flying through the death ball. Oh, the shield.
The shield came through. 75% reduction is nothing to laugh at.
Oh, he's staying in. He's baiting out the shots as well. They've got focus on him now. They've got absolute tunnel vision. They're ignoring everything else. And Kenobi's he's pulling it off again. There's Bear down.
CBR is about to be
just holding on to life like nails. Oh, they finally get him, but at what cost? 3 of their team are down. Was it worth it? They just overextended. They charged him. They saw he was low health. They thought, we'll bag that one first. We'll charge through the whole of the enemy team. Didn't take one moment to reassess the situation and just left themselves at the peril of the enemy team. There's Jackal down. Gamma 2 gone. Daniel's the only one left standing.
He's jumping out. He's gonna make
Still
it home.
the majority.
Just barely,
That's
though.
about the only saving grace, yeah. But that was quite possibly the worst way that Gamma fight could have gone. They're now 2 levels down as well.
Mm-hmm. I think this is going to go in favor of Team Kent. Honestly, basing it just off of the team comps. Purely off of the team comps and nothing else, I wouldn't have given it to them. but it looks,
No, I wouldn't. In all fairness,
it looks like experience is what's winning the game right now. There is a whole lot to be said for just having played more.
I'm giving, for me at least, Kenobi's getting the MVP right now for those unbelievably beautiful saves that he's pulling off. They're just going to push, solid push, Gamma 2 down this lane into the enemy base. The only chance that Bear's team have right now, and it's probably not going to happen because of what's going on over in Alpha, is if they could counter cap all the mines in Alpha in time to get back home and then weather the storm and wipe them out pre-Gamma 3, because they need that Gamma 3 to get back in the game. Daniel's pushing straight past. He's going for the blink, surely, isn't he? The FOB blink. But is he... He can't be going for Kenobi, because...
There's the blink buoy
he's
coming
not
out.
going to kill him. Yeah, I see it gone. Where's he landing? Here he is. Spin round. Is it the F? No, he's jumping out. Was he trying to pull them back away from his FOB? Is
I'm
that
not
the plan?
sure. Whatever
Viable.
that was, I don't think it was worth it.
No. He's low health. He's out of position. The rest of his team are going to have to go on without tank support.
That just secured the beta push for Team Kent. Yeah, Bear fell in the other lane, but it doesn't really matter.
He's not going to get time to heal. Cornholio can be up and over that wall long before Daniel can get a full heal, if he chooses to do so, of course. He could easily stop that. There he is. He's going for it as well. Daniel needed to heal at home. He needed to stay at home. He's achieved absolutely nothing by jumping back in. I think the team's in disarray. I think that's what the problem is at the moment.
Yeah.
With the 2-level def, well, no 1-level deficit, but that coming out of Gamma 2 and ending up with a 2-level deficit with the enemy team having gas and everyone being up, it can be quite intimidating unless you take the moment to collect your thoughts. Because you know what's coming. After the push they did on Gamma 1, they probably aren't looking forward to this engage.
No.
But they did hold Gamma 1 push pretty well. They only lost 2% of the base.
Got another
Jackal is
well set up
fast.
engagement here. The death ball coming out. Aimed
off,
right
Sailor.
for Sailor in the brawler. That shield preventing a lot of damage.
Yeah, again, saving the day. Aegis is paying dividends right now, and the charge he's picked up as well. Sailor launched his harpoon just before that death ball came through, but marginally missed Kenobi. Or at least from the angle I was looking at, it looked quite marginal. It's quite hard to tell. 3 dimensions and all.
Yeah.
Levy torp into the station. Sailor is just... There's not much he can do here apart from take the abuse. The armor rotation is practically pointless. Before he's rotated it, they'd have broken the new surface anyway.
Heels coming out from Thorn. Yeah, this is the
The
game.
only thing, the only thing he could have done there is slipped down underneath the station and tried to at least act as a counter capper. He wasn't going to achieve much more in that.
Yeah. A valiant effort put forward by Team Bear. But,
Are they actually going to get Thunor though? No, maybe not. Another bait. And a shield.
Yeah.
And Thunor's just going to have himself a little lie down on the station. He's been a little bit tired from all the baiting and running around.
The
He's gonna have a little
tankiness
nap.
of the Venturer is not something that you can ignore.
It is a good baiting ship, definitely. Deathball coming through, but I don't think it's actually going to hit anything.
95, 96, 97, 8,
Here he goes.
9. And
that's
there
game.
we go. Team Kent doing it. Pulling through.
That switch around though, going into that Gamma 1 with the mind control, I was pretty sure on Bear's team. And then that first Gamma switch around, they just didn't recover from that Gamma push.
Yeah. It is wow.
It
Holy
scores as
crap.
well.
Yeah. Six deaths.
Is there much to
for
say about the board?
18.
You can see just looking at Bears stats right there, you can tell the communication of Kenobi's team was impeccable. Every time that displacer's popped up, they've just hammered him down into the ground. There's nothing you can do in there.
Yeah.
Got to feel quite sorry for him, really. They've obviously labeled him as the high priority target. They've completely ignored the Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
And said that displacer's what's going to ruin out every single Gamma fight. That needs to die first.
Mm-hmm.
Have at it.
It's super easy to do too. Just because as soon as you see the displacer come through, you know, okay, we've got DPS that we've got to worry about, and if they're cheeky, they're going to do all the gamma pushes. But at the same time, those things are slightly tankier than a persecutor. You know, it's like 2 layers of tissue paper instead of 1.
But as soon as you look at that composition, as soon as you look at Bears team's composition, you know straight away what they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the weight of that composition, choosing the Brawler and the Paladin, they're going for the Gamma Caps. That's what it is. They can drag out the rest of the match. They're going for Gas 3. That's their play goal.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to sit their heavies in the bubble. They're going to put the Brawler in the middle of their heavies to pick off anything that comes too close, like a Hermit Crab.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Paladin is going to sit back, AoE heal all of them, and then the Displacer is going to pick the juiciest looking target and punt it out the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
So they know exactly what the team's going to. They forecast it. They've basically sent them a letter. There's no need for stream sniping here. They've sent them a letter telling them exactly what it is they intend to do.
Mm-hmm.
So all they've done is they've picked the linchpin in it and they've removed it.
Mm-hmm.
And they've done it really hyper aggressively as well. If you looked at a lot of the engages there, they didn't ease off the accelerator. That Gamma fight I was on about before, where they sort of punch through and stops. That flank around on Kenobi, I don't know if you saw it from the same angle I was watching it from, but the whole of Daniel's team was swinging around counterclockwise on Gamma, making a push around Kenobi, because he'd come across the open space and he'd taken some damage on the way in, and he'd managed to nestle himself in on the outside of the Gamma station on the opposite side. And they were sort of trucking around on the clockwise approach to him. And Cornelio just hammered straight through the middle. He's like, okay, I can't say what was going through his head. I don't know him as a player. But in that instance, if I was him, my thought process would have been, you're looking at my Paladin. I'm just going to drive down the middle and give you a new target.
Yeah.
Which is, they went for it as well. They went for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, I mean that I don't think games really come down to one play. But if this match did, I think that was probably it. Because Cornelio coming around like that, came in, murdered the crap out of Doc Angelo and the Paladin there, and then just everything else got picked apart. Just, okay, now we kill that, now we kill that, now we kill that.
Their target, what they're focusing was
them.
much more systematic. Their target selection felt more systematic.
Yeah.
It's the same as I was saying earlier in the game when it was that first engagement we watched where it was Bear, Angelo, and was it Jackal? Yeah, it was Jackal versus off against Kenobi, CBR, and I can't remember who it was. And Thomas, I think it was. And in that first engage, the focus fire coming out of Kenobi's team in order to take down Bear was much more concise than the focus fire out of Bear's team to try and take out Kenobi.
Yeah.
And they'd hammered Bear down into the ground and wiped him out before Kenobi had lost half his health. And then they rode over the top of it. CBR rode over the top of it, and I think he chased Kenobi out of the lane. No, hang on, that's the wrong way around.
Doc Angelo out of the lane.
Yeah, chased Doc out of the lane afterwards.
Yeah, but it's just the they came in with a plan. They knew exactly what they needed to do. Straight as
Zizi just nailed it.
Yeah.
In your chat, we say nobody paid any attention to the Pioneer. The whole of the match, I'm watching that Pioneer just skirt along the top of the ceiling, just raining hell down on everyone, and no one looked at him apart from the occasional engages, like in Gamma, where they focused on him and then got baited in hard. I don't know whether it was an intentional bait, but my god, did it work! No one looked at him. He just persistently wailed down on everyone for the whole of the match. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they were so focused on trying to do something that they didn't go and figure out exactly what they needed to do. If It didn't. I don't think it really with the amount of DPS that they had brought to the table between the Displacer and the Brawler and the Levy Beam. I don't think it really mattered what they went after, as long as they went after it whole hog. Because with the Paladin, the Paladin drones suck to deal with as defense, but you can set point defense on them. Paladin has the AoE to take care of those drones. Displacer has fighters. Brawler has fighters. Leviathan has fighters. And then you get the the Ventured bubble that is super easy to take out. Yeah, they've got plenty of tank, but it's also easy to deal with.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's the lack of mobility. They've got the problem I find with the Displacer is it's a very nice ship, and it's great at controlling the ebb and flow of a battle.
Mm-hmm.
Very briefly. Well, late game obviously it's much quicker because of the cooldowns and whatever have you. But it doesn't have any sort of escape for the weight of the ship. It's not overly tanky, and it doesn't have any real escape.
Yeah,
it has that ability to control a ship or a bunch of ships for a shorter range, obviously. But as soon as that's gone,
mm-hmm.
if whatever's assailing it can re-engage,
mm-hmm.
then that's it. It's a dead ship. There's no way it's getting out.
Yeah, it has paid such a steep price for the fantastic damage and crowd control that if your team isn't prepared and doesn't know exactly what they need to do to help it out, you're kind of boned. And I think that's really what ended up happening in this. I mean, that's part of it. The lack of focus fire certainly didn't help Team Bear at all. Oh, I feel so bad.
We're sat in a log on, all right.
We might be. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've just messaged Axe to see if we are ready to go on the next match or not, and he says by the sense of it we are. It's Team 1 and Team 4. Who is in? Have you already approached them for an invite?
Let me see. So many Discord servers.
All I see is the great Cornholio must praise.
So that was...
turning back and Paladin and Venture to go back it up. How would you kill a Pioneer in that scenario? I'd remove the Venturer.
Mm-hmm.
In answer to Daniel's question, with using the Displacer, because that's what it's there for. If you see like a Venturer and a Paladin crowning around the target, you take the Venturer out of the equation, then you only have to deal with the Paladin healing the target, and then you use your primary DPS to focus it down. That's the point of the Displacer. It's not just to shove heavies out of Gamma. I think that the Displacer is a really effective ship against the Venturer simply because the Venturer needs to get close to its targets to heal them. You just make sure it doesn't get close to its targets.
Mm-hmm. It's a ship that really functions at its peak when it's hugging its allies, and if you deprive it of that, then it's really tanky and it can poke you from 16k, but its DPS is negligible.
I think the coordination required for a Venturer though to sit on top of an ally, I find with the Venturer it benefits a lot from comms because you can say huddle around me, I'm going to heal, which is great. But the coordination required to do that is considerably less than arranging enough players to displace a Venturer away from a target whilst you all focus fire a target whilst the Paladin's trying to heal it. That's got more moving parts in it. So that is, in defense of that is a little more difficult to pull off. But that would be what would need to happen, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We've got the next game ready. All right. Let me make sure.
Rumble.
Wait, hold on. 1 second.
I'm gonna have to stop referring to him as Kenobi now because this is gonna get confusing.
Yeah. Okay, so it's team... Yeah, it's Team 4 versus Team 1. No, Team... Yeah, Team 1. Team 4 versus Team 1. Okay, we're in the right one.
Yes. They need a couple of minutes by the sounds of it.
Okay.
This, though, it gives us time to talk about it because Thunor's in the one team and Obi and Centaurus are in the other team. Now, they're of the same clan, which means they know each other's play styles. You'd have thought in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there some sort of inside psychological game playing that's going on in there? Maybe.
Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Simply because I don't know. I'm pretty sure Obi has been taking a bit of an extended break from the game.
Yeah, I haven't seen him kicking around.
He's not. He's certainly not bad. I mean, you don't reach the 1900 2K level by just derping around, but I don't know how particularly well practiced he is right the moment. Just because I don't know how long exactly his break is. I don't know if it's ended recently, but I do know he's been on one. I don't think Centaurus or Thunor have been having that much of a break. So if there is going to be a psych match, it's probably going to be between those two. I don't think... Obi-Wan isn't going to not factor into this. I just don't think he's going to be taking anything close to center stage.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Definitely see what you mean. I'm forecasting a light composition out of Team 2.
Maybe, dude.
I don't want to list ships now because I don't know how long until Kaika probably.
That's what we need to do.
Just because I'm British doesn't mean I fucking drink all the time.
Well, no, that's what we need to do. Is we need to have a drunk tournament. Everybody has to be legal age, and you have to have two shots before every match. That goes for commentators too. So by the time we get to the finals, one of us is gonna pass out and ruin their keyboard.
Daniel's got a fair point there with the displaced marker being taken out by the purge torpedo off the Paladin before they could really do much of anything with it, which is a fair point. And the only way you can deal with that is by having more status effects that require the use of the purge torpedo. That's the best way to counter that whole I'm going to save my purge back specifically for XYZ. You give them more XYZids. Zedids? That's not even a word.
See, I'm so used to not thinking about the fact that the Paladin has that purge torpedo because I never see anybody using it in any of the games that I play. I play almost exclusively solo. So it's so rare for me to see that actually be used. I'm not used to thinking about it unless I
am impressed when a player is sharp off the bat with it. I won't lie, I am impressed. But another thing I don't see a lot of people doing, which is what I tend to do in a Paladin, is a Paladin is one of the ships I find that requires a lot of attention, not only because it's a healer, but because of the way its attack mechanics work. So as long as I'm on form, I'm constantly swapping between healing targets and attack targets. So you look at your healing target, you spam heals on it, and then you automatically click a T on whatever the hell it is that's over there and start firing. And then you flick back for another heal, and then you flick off again, and then you flick back. So it's constantly back and forth in the Paladin. And you don't really see a lot of that coming out of a lot of people.
It is.
But that's what I'm saying is I'm forecasting a lighter composition coming from Team 2.
Do you think out of anything in this tournament we're going to see the hunter style that just likes to cap and then bugger off anytime anything interesting happens?
I've got something I want to say, but I don't want to say until the match has started because I don't know if any of the people that are in the lobby at the moment are listening in on the stream.
That is
and I want to make sure it doesn't come in. But I've thought about this. Yeah, and I'll mention why in a second. Hey, Hitness, how you doing, mate? Welcome. Pull up a seat. I didn't reply to Hypergriff earlier. Sorry, dude. How you doing, man?
Love to everybody watching either of the streams.
People, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
It's nice to see a good turnout. Axe is going to make it his goal in life to have a drunk tournament.
Awesome.
Are we going to have drunk commentators as well?
Yes. That was one of the stipulations. Is it's 2 shots before every round. So by the time we get to the finals, somebody's ruining a keyboard.
Don't worry, Hitness. I've recorded all the matches so far, and I will be uploading them on YouTube. And I have no doubt that Zerid will also be highlighting them from his Twitch.
Yep, I will be throwing. In fact, for folks that want it, I will be throwing up the entirety of the stream from my end, just as like a raw video onto YouTube. I will throw it in the For the Lulz Discord channel, but it's not going to be like a normal video that I just throw out there. It will be one just for folks that want to go out and see it all raw.
Space World, how are you doing? We're missing spectator.
No, we
I don't follow that.
We gotta stick to the. We're sticking to the winners bracket.
Oh, I see. As in, we're missing the other match. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, what we need is like another couple of commentators, and we can get all the matches
that would be
sorted.
Good. The only other way we can really do it, unfortunately, Zerid and I have not yet figured out how to clone ourselves.
Yeah.
And the only way to do it then would be to put the losers bracket on the following day, or the winners bracket on the following day, and it wouldn't really. You'd lose a lot of the momentum.
Yeah.
I think. Plus, you know, weekends are short, guys.
Yeah. There's not enough free time in the world for all the crap we want to do.
Amen to that. But whilst we wait for these chaps to ready up, because it looks like the second team isn't ready yet. You guys been watching the streams? Yes, I've been watching the stream, CBR. Thank you. Going back to all of the juicy stuff that's coming to Fractured Space.
Yeah.
It's just like even more juicy stuff than I'd realized with that interview. I got to go back and watch the VOD again just to take it all in.
In fact, I sent it to you on Discord earlier.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the wall of stuff yet?
I will have a look now.
Because there is a lot of stuff on there to be excited
That's the new
about.
wall. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The current sprint.
I'm most excited about seeing the marketing campaign. That's what I want, because that's really, as soon as they get that stabilization of player base and they can retain people, they're going to come out the gate swinging with that marketing. They've not used the budget.
That was one of the things that came out of that interview. Or was it out of this interview, or was it in the?
They touched on it.
But yeah,
I know. They definitely touched on it.
Yeah, we're now at the point where we're not losing people.
Yeah.
The amount of people going out is roughly the same as the amount coming in. So now we just gotta push it that little bit further, and maybe doing exciting stuff like this is the way to do it. Oh my god!
Nerds. Lurking Axa. Fetch me a Pokeball, someone. Hitness has just admitted that he should have been in the tournament, so can someone fetch me a cat of nine tails? We're going to hang Hitness from the closest yard arm in space and whip him until all of the oxygen is sucked out of his body. No spacesuits, Hitness. No spacesuits. That's a luxury you don't deserve.
No.
But then he can't play in the next one.
There's going to be a next one?
Clone him.
What? Scoops!
You heard it here first, folks. We don't even know this yet.
Yeah.
Half the press.
If people keep showing up, we'll
keep doing it. That's fair. Yeah.
There you go.
Works for me with the hosting as well.
No problem.
You folks keep watching. We'll keep doing it. That's a fair deal. I think that's a good arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to make a cameo on your streams, so.
You cameo away. Folks, this is Axa. If you're not familiar with Axa, then you've obviously been living under a rock. But it's Axa that's gone ahead and done all of the background arranging of the tournament, all the brackets, everything. Basically, Axa's done everything, including asking both Zerid and myself to turn up and waffle shit at you for a couple of hours to provide an attempt at some light entertainment whilst you watch all the carnage. So, terminated.
Yeah.
GG. So yeah, it's Axia. You need to be showing that love too, so that he makes another one.
I will accept all payments in the form of love. That's fair.
That's fair. I can understand that. Thanks. I'm Robots99 for the host there. Much appreciated. Can I get... Am I still in lobby? Yes, I am.
Yeah. Match attempt number 2.
Hadouken.
Fight.
Now, I can say what I was going to say before. Infinity is an impeccable Hunter pilot, and he played Hunter earlier, and I put money on him pulling out another one. This
is a fact I am very well aware of. I've had him along in a couple of games, and he does some things with the Hunter. Oh my god!
Straight in, insta lock, straight in with the Hunter.
Well, there you go.
We got a
Let's
hunter off, have we? Who's your hunter pilot?
We not over here. Currently, it looks like we're working with the exact same comp as last time over here. Yeah, we've got the exact same kind of comp. Although,
And this map is going to work perfectly for
Yeah.
the agility style of play because these rocks make for great mobile combat.
I was just about to say that. Just looking at all the potatoes that we got right here. Infinity's gonna have a field day in Alpha. He can get away with whatever he wants. That sector is his, provided.
Umber Expanse is
Yeah.
my favorite sector for hunter play, most definitely.
Mhm.
And the composition, you wait till you see this composition. It's just it's sex. It's pure sex.
Hunter, Aegis, Paladin, Reaper, Interceptor. That's the same comp they ran before.
It is beautiful.
So
though.
we're yeah.
As I said, but they stuck with that lighter mobility composition. Not full mobility, obviously.
They've gone for more mobility and more DPS. Is it gonna be enough DPS to deal with the heavy tank that's gonna be coming from Team Kent over here?
I think they could have this in the bag. Focus fire. That's all.
Yeah,
All I need is to work on that focus fire.
They were focus firing just absolutely brilliantly in their first match. Is it gonna happen again? I would say yes. I mean, we've got a lot of experienced players here. It's going to be the match.
It's going to boil down to.
If you don't watch the finals, watch this match.
Yeah, it's going to boil down to is if you look at the composition coming out of Kenobi's team, they're all kind of a huddle team because of the Venturer.
Wait,
I'm going to
which
I'm going to
Kenobi?
sneeze.
Which
That's a good
Kenobi?
point. That's a good point, Ken. Apologies, folks. There, just alleviate my nostrils as you do. Yeah, looking at Kent's team, they've got quite a huddle team, whereas Infinity's team have got much more of a fireline team. I think the Aegis in Infinity's team has got the potential to do more. Because when they huddle up, as long as he saves his death ball, when they huddle up for that heal, that's when he's going to death ball them, and they're either going to heal and then take a load of damage, or he's going to split them off the back of the heal. So we've got Kent pushing in with CBR. This time he's going on the bottom of the map rather than the top for a bit of variety.
All right, we got Thomas still sitting in
Straight out
here
with the nuke.
in his base. Doesn't know
misses.
where he's going yet. Come on, little
Communication
Aegis.
possibly doesn't bode well.
There we
CBR
go.
is taking it straight to the face. Reaper Interceptor, but they're charging way too sharp. They need to swing out further on the station. Milan's just mounted the station. They should have arced further out in order to keep the line of sight on that Pio.
Oh, gate
They've
side.
given him enough time.
Oh. Yeah.
He's not in a good place. He is making Obi-Wan work for it. If they'd have swung out, though, they could have finished off the Pioneer considerably quicker. They lost so much time trying to angle around that station. And he's given Thomas enough time to catch up and shield CBR. But he goes down nevertheless.
Yeah.
Thomas is going to stand around and farm some energy and then jump out, surely. Go for the blink. Or did he blink in, thinking about the range he covered? I wish I could see cooldowns.
Probably did the blink in. I almost said blunk in. Is that the past tense of blink? I don't know.
Blinked, I believe.
Blinking?
No, we wouldn't be.
Blunked?
It doesn't matter. We make it whatever we want. We're the gods here. We see everything.
Right! He did the funky blunk and then the thing and then he died.
Yeah, and then he
Oh.
popped. Let's take a quick look over in Alpha because there's not going to be much happening in Beta for the next
No.
few minutes. Oh, Infinity. Infinity, he's not looking healthy.
Right as Thunor dies and Infinity dies.
Oh,
And
not a
then
great
we've
time
got
to
a
turn up on
heavy
you,
fight.
Infinity. Apologies.
Yeah. Levy
My money's
versus-
on the Levy.
Yeah. Levy just has far more DPS. He's got to stay in the arc for his beam though.
Centaurus knows this. He's going to be pushing himself onto the back end of that Levy as quick as he can. And he's got more maneuverability
He does.
and mobility.
So I think.
And defense drones and heals. He's got everything.
Yep.
Cornelio's going to have to run.
Now Centaurus gonna
Line
go
up for the
for
death
the death
ball.
ball. I would actually
Too
line up
close.
for the death
Too
ball
close.
and take out the beacon this early. I actually would, because that would end up helping
Would
out
give Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
doesn't look like that's what he's going for. He's pulling back. Is he going to be trying to put the hurt out onto Thunor? Nope. Cornholio's going out. Infinity's in.
He's going to make it. Thunor. Yep. Thunor should get out if he decides to disengage now. He needs to fly down now.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. Tuck himself in under this asteroid. There's a push going on in Beta 2, though. Where's this death ball going?
Centaurus going for the death ball at the base. I mean, it makes sense. Cornholio's there. Kent's there. The beacon's
Thunor
there.
hasn't disengaged. I don't know, was it a double bluff or something? He's waiting for Centaurus to leave, and he's re-engaged onto Infinity. Now Obi's going out because they're rotating to deal with that push in Beta, which has left Infinity on his own. I've got no doubt that Infinity can deal with this, though. Needs to wrap up Thunor quick before Kent gets a line of sight on him. Unfortunately, Thunor's flown down instead of up.
Mm-hmm.
Which basically means he's taken himself out of the line of sight of Kenobi. Or Kent, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh no. Infinity, no.
Centaurus
Disengage, man. Disengage. Oh, so close to dead. He's got a blink.
Do the blink. Run
Get
away.
out.
Flee. Nope.
Nope. Greed killed that man right there. And it's... Greed is the number one.
Well, if he was gonna die, now is the time because we've got 30 seconds to Gamma 1.
Oh, Thunor's probably... Yeah, Thunor's gonna make it out.
Just... barely!
How much health didn't that man have? Let's take a quick look.
Yeah.
Can I see the numbers?
No.
911.
Ooh. Alright,
wow.
Going into Gamma.
Kent chasing him for the support points. He does know they don't count in here, right?
It's the spirit. It's the habit. It's that solo queue life. But we've got... Yeah. We've got Team Infinity here with a level lead at Gamma 1.
And the mine advantage. Look at the mine.
Wow! Yeah. Team Kent is not gonna get this Gamma. There's just no two ways about it. Not everybody was there and a level down.
I wouldn't have even bothered turning up for that, if I'm entirely honest. I would have seen that and I'd have been like, screw that, I'm going to cap a mine. That's what I need right now.
Mm-hmm. Now, are they going to go for the focus lane push?
They've almost got a whole level advantage on them as well.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Alpha is going to be the lane of choice for Team Kent. But where is...
That's a pretty solid push
Team
that's going to be
Infinity.
trucking down Beta as well.
Yeah.
Gate, Zan, Milan, and Obi. That's quite a firewall of damage there with support.
I'm checking out Alpha.
And CBR, as far as I can tell, is the only person in defense here. He's going to get melted.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get blown into little tiny pieces. There's nothing you can do about it.
For Team Kent in Alpha.
Take a
One
quick
of them
look
left.
over in Alpha. That Aegis just needs to stall. That's all he needs to do.
Yeah.
Infinity could go for a quick flank if he chose to, but that Aegis needs to stall because they're already on that furthest mine over in Beta.
Mm-hmm.
Thunor's about to have a bad day. CBR's hiding off on the far right side there. We hasn't got much choice really, if I'm entirely honest. It's the best tactical call he can make.
Mm-hmm.
Thunor grabbing cover so he can disengage, but he's not going to make it.
No.
Those missiles, the curve on those interceptor missiles. CBR managed to disengage from the lane and come back in, but he's not going to be able to do much here.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to stand up to that DPS. No way, no how. Yeah, a little bit of hurt out on Obi-Wan, but that's
Nothing
it. He's
not gonna
done
make back.
otherwise.
Yeah, that's it. I'd have completely broken off from that and gone home, and waited for them at home. Kent just, you know, poking around in here. He's getting chipped
Thomas
away out.
coming in. He's going to get melted. That death ball's not going to do a whole lot.
Oh, that
He's
Infinity
deleted.
disengage. Cheeky blink back. Nice.
And we've got the push in from Team Infinity. Onto the base. Kent is hurting
Kent's
a lot.
running in half. Yeah, he's not looking
Elite,
healthy,
Milan, and Gatezon both on that Leviathan.
AB's having a few issues over here. It looks like CBR, Thunor, and who is over on my left here? Was it Cornelio? Yeah, they all took a little bit of a look at him for a second there, but I think they've got bigger problems in form of Gatezon and Milan there.
Yeah, those two guys focusing fire. There's just you can't live through that. There's just
Infinity at
too
the back, top
much
of the damage. Wow.
Thunor just melted.
I
He
blinked and his health
disappeared.
bar just it was gone. Kenobi's still trucking in there as well. Look at him.
He's gone now, but that death ball coming in is gonna hit and do enough damage to take out CBR. Oh, he still gets somebody with it. That's it. That's it. The game's over.
That's solid Gamma 1 push.
Yeah.
It's all on Kent at the moment. Kent's the only one who can stall it out long enough until someone spawns back in. But
And Cornholio's dead.
No, there it goes.
That's it. That's it. This game is over.
Thomas doing what he can, but it's not enough. Not through lack of trying, though. Fair play to him.
That was amazing.
Told you that Reaper Reaper Interceptor combo. It's just the damage is insane.
Jeez.
Coordinated comms as well. Just absolutely, the DPS is absolutely off the chart.
Wow.
Brutal.
I'm seriously
Look at those zeros.
Yeah, this is seriously. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I was not expecting a 9-minute game. I was not expecting to see a 9-minute game in this tournament.
Told you, faith in that Reaper Receptor combo. It's won me out more than once. Do you remember when the combo first turned up a few months ago?
Oh god. A
and
few
it was
months
just
ago, it was a year. Wasn't it a year ago now?
I'm
that the
just, as I
Interceptor
said it,
came
I was
out?
thinking, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. And the damage output from those two ships, and nothing could get in because regardless of any ship you used, as long as you position the Reaper and the Interceptor far enough apart, they could always peel for each other, and they turn so quick. They could peel the assailant off the other one, and you couldn't do anything about it because that's the weakness of both the Reaper and the Interceptor, is those poor firing arcs underneath and behind and on the flanks and whatever have you. But you've got to weather the storm going in first off a pair of them.
Yeah.
Then you get into the blind spot on the one, and normally if there's only one, that's okay because you're in the blind spot. You've got a bit of time to breathe, but you're still getting half of the damage just like spinning on a 90-degree angle and straight into the side of you and just tearing you apart. There was just no way to deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, they're currently as far as I'm seeing things, the meta is pretty much sustained DPS at the moment. And both of those ships, that's what they are. This is the meta for them right now. I mean, and they're just that much more effective hanging out together.
It's the same as the last time we run the a large tournament earlier in the year, and it was when SST was still running, and it was SST versus HE3. And HE3 were running the classic meat grinder, full armor approach, and SST, and a lot of the other teams were as well. But rather than go with the vein of like that slug out style match of gameplay, SST flipped it and went with the Reaper combo. And the mobility and the DPS of it was just it made for a really nice counter for that sort of solid tank wall. It's like, okay, you can have your tanks, but we're going to have double the DPS and stuff your tanks. We don't care.
Yeah.
Kirinkatsu, Obsidian Lava Pillars, best hunter map. Pillars are almost like a mirror, and they have no idea where the hunter is if you're too slow. I agree, Kieran. It is a damn good match. I should say, if you were talking in my reference before towards the maps, yeah, it probably is a better map. However, that one that I said is I think my preferred one, just because of the places you can hide and the way you can pull people around rocks and things. Smitty, welcome to the stream, bud. How are you? Are you good? Yeah, work sucks, mate. Absolutely sucks. I completely feel your pain. DPS OP. Hey, operator, how are you? DPS combined with accuracy. But Mum's Steam told me heals OP. No, No, Alfred, I think you find that this team told you specific healers OP, specific ones.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do we have a word on the final bracket?
Check in
Are
Discord
we
now.
in the finals now?
We've got.
So Team 4 versus Team 1. Team 4 is in the
it's
finals
still not updated.
now.
Yeah.
So we're waiting
It's
on
not-
the
the bracket's
result
not
between Team 3 and Team 5.
It's the loser bracket result for you folks. So it's a team that's previously been up, taking a shot at their at the title once again.
Yeah, if Team 3 pulls it off, we're gonna have a repeat of the very first game that we watched.
I think loser brackets are all that would be quite good as well, actually. But loser brackets are always interesting because people, when you hit a loser bracket, you go one of two ways. You either become completely defeated and you just get crushed into the ground, or you get extremely like aggressive and adrenalized.
Yeah,
And I've seen some pretty cool comebacks from loser brackets.
Absolutely. I mean, because you it's like, okay, we've lost, and then that pressure kind of releases, and you go, oh, okay, now we can focus. We're not worried about the worst happening because we've kind of already had it happen, or at least we've had half of it happen.
You start seeing a lot more cutthroat combinations coming out of a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Concussed missiles worth their weight in gold against that comp. Most definitely operator. But as far as I'm concerned, concussed missiles are worth their weight in pretty much any situation, because any shift that I ever fly suffers horribly with concussed missiles. Absolutely horribly.
Concuss is such a powerful like debuff in and of itself, because I mean it silences you, it slows you, and it does it for a respectable length of time. It's just a scary thing to be hit with, and the fact that it's on some really decent missiles as well with the interceptor, it just makes it that much scarier.
There's travel speed on those missiles as well.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're very, very dangerous. I enjoy them.
Infinity, it says that he's really uncomfortable with that, or their team was really uncomfortable with that. They didn't think they'd be able to out damage the survivability. I see Infinity. I don't know if you were here at the beginning before the match started. I thought you did. As soon as I saw that combo come out, I had got more than enough faith that you'd be able to break through that, dude.
Yeah, I'm the same way. As soon as I saw the team revealed, I was just like, well, we know those guys can focus fire, so kind of in a good position there.
Memology was genuinely scared.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, you would have had the heals, but you far outweighted them in DPS. The DPS was the main. It was just that moment when you all turned on Sunor in their home base. It was just like, thump. Here, soak up all of our damage. Have it instantaneously.
Let's see.
Does someone to do what now? What DPS? So how far are? What Smitty's on about?
There we go.
Smitty's on about. We are though. This is the finals, and I think it's a best of 3, isn't it? The finals.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I always respect teams that go against the meta. Even in Fractured Space at the moment, the meta is still quite loose because a lot of stuff's still changing. It's constantly evolving. I always respect the teams that go against the meta.
Yeah.
Because the meta's the easy go-to thing, and it's been proven to work, and that's why it's the meta. But if someone can take something that breaks the mold and do something different with it, that's when I become impressed by a set of players.
Yeah, it's always fun with MOBAs specifically, because the kind of situation that I see happen kind of again and again and again in MOBAs with balance is it A ends up becoming just super good, and A is the meta. And then some folks notice B works really well, and then they start doing B, and then, A's garbage, we're gonna go with B, yeah, B, everything's great.
And then
in
response to that, you see C,
yes!
which used to be the meta. C gets dragged back out again, because people are like, well, C didn't work against A, but C works really well against B, so we're gonna use C now. And then that's how it's
this not exactly a revolving door, because there's so many, like, moving pieces to figure out. But
you're close. I'd say it's not a bad comparison. Revolving door.
But it's so much fun to sit there and go, Okay, to be that guy. And in fact, perfect example. League of Legends used to play the crap out of that game back in season 1, before NA had figured out. Oh, right, we're supposed to have a support and an ADC together because that's how the game is actually meant to be played. Because we're smart over here.
I never understood, because in every other game you're like, oh, that's the damage doer, and because he's got no tank ability, he needs someone to help him. It's like, how did you not see that conveying across? How did that make sense? Come on.
I don't know. All I know is one day I did good with Blitzcrank. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna play this, and from that moment forward, I was just like, I can grab people and I can feed whoever I'm with. Okay, this is great. And then
I was a Pantheon man.
Pantheon. Oh God.
As soon as I got Pantheon, and that was back when he was garbage, absolute pure garbage. I was like, I don't care. This guy is just genius.
Pantheon is actually the first champion I ever bought because I thought he looked cool. He's not the. I thought he was terrible, and I hated the fact that I bought him after I did it because I didn't know what I was doing. But
everybody else hated the fact I bought him, but I loved it. I didn't. Oh, hang on. Smitty, yes. I'll be uploading on YouTube each individual set of games, and Zerid will also be exporting his games to YouTube as well, but he's exporting the whole tournament. So we'll have like quite a bit of coverage across the whole thing. Yeah.
I'm doing one big raw upload, and I will throw that in the Discord for the tournament, and I'll throw it up in the Fractured Space Discord as well. I'm a lazy piece of shit, and I don't want to edit, so that's why I'm doing it that way.
Infinity just nailed it for us, though. What we were discussing about that whole losers bracket and coming back. His was the team in the last tournament that came back from the losers bracket and won.
That's right.
And I think you're right about that offset with the gamma there. Oh, definitely. If we could Coca's stream his Twitch server on fire. Yeah, thanks, Axa. OB! I want to rip their comp would have felt quite cheap. We would have changed it if I was in. I can't even talk. It's just reading Infinity sentence. Basically, they'd have changed the composition if Infinity had been comfortable in any other ship apart from the Hunter. Mm-hmm. Why Infinity? It's the best ship. Why would you need to be comfortable in another ship? It doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. There's the Hunter command. Of course, there's a Hunter command, Kieran. You sat in my stream. You gotta let these fools have a Ranger command if there wasn't a bloody Hunter one. There's no, where's 78? 78's not around, otherwise we probably would have a lot of Ranger Hunter smack about now. Surprised Daniel's a little bit quieter than normal. He's usually pretty good for picking up on the Ranger smack talk when 78 isn't here to peddle it.
Didn't he just get eliminated though? Yeah.
But yeah, he's still sat in channel there. I can see him.
Ugh. When's the next match? I want to talk about the next match.
Looking at the bracket now, it's not. They must still be running. It's not quite dated yet.
So
no Ranger have for failing you.
So how about let's go back to that wall for a little bit. Let's go back to that wall.
Hypergrip reckons that double Paragon is the best meta. Do you reckon Hypergrip has found the key to the new
Paragon?
Is he got the key to the new?
If somehow you have acquired the technology to clone Commandos, and he's playing both of those Paragons, then
I reckon you could put him in a freaking cabbage. It wouldn't make any difference. He still wouldn't bloody die.
Yeah, it'll take him a little bit, but he'll figure it out, and then he'll make you go, "Why? It's a plant. He doesn't even have guns. What's going on?"
For those of you reasonably new to Fractured Space, basically Commandos is quite a long-standing vet player who's well known for flying heavies and refusing to die.
Yeah, he
just won't die.
He just kind of goes, you know what? I like this ship. I don't care that other people think it sucks. I'm gonna be good, and then he's good. It really doesn't matter what it is. I've never seen the dude be bad. Yeah, he gets beat, but we all get beat. You know, there's 4 other players. It happens. But I see Paragons. I see Paragons, and it's like, oh, haha, they've got a Paragon on their team. They're losing. Ha, Commandos. Shit. God.
It's the tournament we did at the beginning of last year just summed it up for me, and it comes to a fight. and it was Commanders holding off a forward station against a push.
Mm-hmm.
And he just weathered so much damage, and the healer turned up. And it's like, okay, the focus commander stand, he's out. No, he's not. Okay, the focus commander, no, he's still going. Okay, he's still going. Oh, the enemy team's dead, and commander's just still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Christ almighty, nice.
Yeah. Oh God, that's right. I had to fight against his team in the finals of the All-Star tournament. Man,
I think that burned his soul when he had to run that sort of brawler combo.
Yeah, double brawler, double paladin, and I don't even know what the last ship was because it didn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think he was happy about that, but he did.
No,
because he's not a big healer, like a support fan, and the way the healing mechanic works. But fair play to him for putting his dislike of it aside. Because there's obviously 4 other people in his team who wanted to run it. So he's gone, okay, then, because I spoke to him afterwards. And he's gone, okay, you guys want to run this. I'm not going to be like a douchebag and say we can't run this because I don't like it.
Hold on, wait. 1 sec, I'm making sure I'm in the right.
You're not. I've just seen one pop up. Is it Joe? There we go.
Hold on. We got to make sure we're in the right match.
We are.
We are?
I'm sure.
Okay, so the loser's bracket has not been played yet.
I'm sure this is the finals, isn't it?
No, because then Infinity and Gateson would be in here.
Yeah. Hang on 1 sec before we launch this.
Yeah. Team 1 and Team 3. Yeah, this is Team 1 and Team 3, so this is the loser's bracket match.
Are we doing the loser's bracket match, or are they holding the finals for one big...
Whoever wins the loser's bracket is going into the finals.
Is this the actual... Sorry, I'm looking at the... This is definitely 1 and 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
They need team names. It'd be so much easier with team names.
Yeah.
1, yeah.
This is 1 and 3. This is the loser's bracket. Whoever wins this is going up against 4 in the finals.
Roger. That's all right then. Good.
Okay.
I can see that. What's going on in chat? FY Ghost with heavy rockets cannot kill a jumping brawler with damage reduction and gamma on side armor. Jesus.
What?
I don't tend to go for the side armor. I try and count the top.
Well, you're not.
So, but yeah.
Yeah. If you're going for the side armor and you don't have like a stone cracker or a scythe beam, you're doing it wrong, or you don't really have any other option. Because it's either tied or it's. I can't remember if the destroyer has higher side armor or not. It's either the destroyer or the brawler that has the highest side armor in the game by like a mile and a half.
Sorry, I'm just following chat now. They're all chipping in.
Mm-hmm.
He's so strong right now because Purge Torp is so damn vital against Displacer Brawler, I guess. It is. No, I completely agree. Yeah, it looks cool. What? Oh, is this the link? I need to check that out afterwards. And as time goes on, the Paladin Taunt will become more and more useful. By the way, it seems Purge-friendly displaced harpoon markers as well. It purges everything.
Oh, the Umber
used to take it
Expanse
out.
and the Runes of Halcyon. We've got a classic match going on here. Before we got, this is the as close as we've gotten to like the original maps. These 2 lanes right here. The Alpha was the first like brand new lane, and then the Umber Expanse was an update of the original map. But holy what? I am so.
Zera's got an interesting composition.
I am so confused right now. Well, they're not earning $1, but I'm confused. I am very much confused. So we'll see what you guys have here in a second. Okay, I can see.
That's
I can
a destroyer.
That is a destroyer. You can see why I was so confused right now.
No, they've learned, haven't they? They've looked at the compositions from earlier on in the tournament. Yeah.
It works.
It does. What
'Cause
loadout is he taking? Let's have a look. Heavy artillery. Yeah, he's hunting those heavies. Nothing but hunting those heavies, isn't
Yeah,
he? Let's
and
face it.
the brawler is immobile enough that he can deal with him as well.
Some of the light void charges. What, picking off a paladin? Maybe is that what he's looking for there?
Probably. That's certainly what I would be going for. Oh man, they don't have a whole lot in the way of
Standard
fighters.
brawler.
Though.
There's no mobility though.
Yeah.
Space Dweller's got free reign to go wherever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
If worse comes to worse, he just starts backcapping and then pulls that really slow ass team all the way back to their home base.
Mm-hmm.
That's an excited Sentinel. I've seen far too many being pushed away.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Oh my god. There we go.
So I'm
begin.
sat over in beta because I like the color in here. It makes me feel like I'm on the beach. And if you ever see me on the beach, this is probably where you'll see me. Right under a rock like this, looking out at the sun, because it looks really pretty over there, not on my skin. Thomas is in here with CBR. One either side of the lane, got much more tight formation coming out of Mook, Joe, and Space. I'm not entirely sure that that was a wise idea, Thomas. Blinking straight in on that mine. You've kind of thrown yourself out on a limb there, my man. He's going to be open to a lot of abuse before the rest of his team catches up. They're not...
Yeah.
Ships that win him are not exactly famed for being agile. Oh, he got off quite lucky there, I think.
Oh, there we go. That's what it was for. They're distracting him, and then CBR is coming in, concussing Mukuk, and then he's just going to eat him. Just eat him alive, because he can't heal right now. There's nothing he can
Fire
do.
support off Cornelio as well for raining down on that Pioneer. There he goes. They push straight through, but it is going to cost them CBR, I think.
It is.
Joe's about to line up.
But Thomas coming through.
Oh, Space disengages. It's nice behind the brawler. Whoops, I just flown into an asteroid. Bit of a rookie move there.
He blinked right into the death ball. Space World. Oh no.
Well, I can't say much. We've all done that. A moment where you... It's the problem with 3D space, isn't it? When trying to get a point of reference when things are in 3 dimensions. Sometimes you think you're far enough over, and it turns out you blink square back into that death ball. Joe's probably about to suffer quite an unpleasant fate.
I don't know.
Oh, no, I take it all back.
He's got those heals coming
Nuke's
in.
back in.
Cornholio's gonna go down.
Down. And there was me saying that Thomas was going to regret his play. He's still sat on mid-mine. Joe, stop firing. What are you doing? Stop firing. He's got a shield up.
He was just baiting him out for the beam.
Oh, that blink. And he's out. Wait for the death ball.
Where'd he
There
go?
it is. It's the lineup. Is Joe
right
going to
there.
take this to the face? He's moved out the bubble as well before capping it. Joe's a bit too eager at the moment, I think. Is he going to get around this ball?
Nope. It's not gonna take a
It
whole lot
looks
of damage.
nice in
though.
red, though. It does look nice in red.
Thomas
Space
definitely
is helping
going
chip
down.
away. It looks like a pretty solid push over an alpha, though. Like a pretty damn solid push.
It is an incredibly solid push here.
Well, Joe is now jumping out. Space should be considering doing the same thing. This engagement is looking less and less favourable as time goes on. Oh,
Yeah.
poor Mook. Mook's in a bad place. He needs to disengage now and hope for the best. There's no way he's getting out otherwise. They're coming at him from
Hugs
three
that station,
sides.
he'll be okay.
Let's take a quick look over in Alpha and see what's going on with that push. Not Alpha, sorry, Beta. Alston back in his Aegis.
Yep, coming straight for the mid mine. And that's pretty much
Unheard
everything.
rotating out. Going home for levels before Gamma. No, why would he go home? Thinking about it, he's going straight to Gamma, isn't he?
Yeah, 1 minute until Gamma. It looks like they're going to go for the setup. I'm not sure that that's the best decision because Beta is... They've got the mining base here.
Is he going to... Yeah. Space is going to grab that mid-mine in Alpha before heading over to Gamma. My preferred... probably shouldn't say this live on stream thinking about it, but my preferred tactic is to make sure you go into Gamma with all 4 mines. Your 2 and the mid 2 as well. It's even worse being late to Gamma 1 for the sake of having those extra mines, because you're either going to pull someone out of Gamma while they go and offset the cap difference, or you're going to get a level advantage. Either way, it's great.
And that was a fantastic death ball from Elson right there. Really, really ended up doing a whole lot of good. Cornholio is about to go down. 75% damage reduction doesn't matter when you've got that much DPS coming in on you.
He's definitely not pulling a CBR, that's for sure.
Oh boy, CBR is about to go down. The death ball coming in from
Elson
Team
is
Joe.
Skirting dangerously close on the edge of the bubble there.
He was just there getting energy. He wants to counter bubble. Everything's happening on the bottom. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's a change. Normally everybody goes to the top of Gamma. It's quite weird seeing everyone down here.
And here comes the bubble from Elson.
Favor.
Looks like CBR is probably going to be in a lot of danger.
Yeah,
Kent is down as well.
There goes CBR.
Oh.
Thunor isn't going to be looking too healthy off the back of this either.
No. But the great Cornholio has come back, but so is Mukuk. And that's pretty huge.
They're holding it. The heals.
Yep.
Damage mitigation. Space is breaking off.
Yep.
He's put himself right in the open though for Thunor, which he's blinked back in. I'm not entirely sure his choice of location for blinking was.
There we go, Team
great.
Joe. Well, he was jumping directly on Mukuk for the heals, and it ended up saving him. I don't know if he's going to die though.
Yeah, he left himself clearly out in the open. He didn't try and use any of the available cover, and there was more than enough of it.
He's jumped up to the
blink.
top. Is he going to be able to escape?
Dangerously close. Death ball.
Death ball on to Thomas. He's going to be out way before
if anything, he's going to be upset that he didn't get to charge his shield before leaving.
Yeah, but that's pretty huge for Team Joe. They've got Gamma. They've on everybody and a level advantage. 2,000 minerals. They're in a really good position. They're all going to Alpha.
Kent didn't waste any time though. Didn't waste any time whatsoever off the back of that Gamma.
Yeah.
Driving down the lane, capping that mid mine, making back those lost resource.
I don't know if it's going to do a whole lot in the long run. It doesn't look like Team Joe is panicking. It's always important in instances like this. If you've got such a huge advantage, yeah, you could go off to Beta because, yeah, Beta's being captured, but you've currently got such a huge advantage. It's really easy for somebody to, in this situation, to panic and go to the other lane, and that's not what they need to be doing. They can just push right through, because if they can murder the crap out of the enemy team, and they've got the ability to do that right now, you can win it right now. It doesn't matter that the other lane's captured. If they get repelled, though, that's going to be a really big problem.
Cornholio's driving it home for the FOB. Completely uncontested currently. We've got any jump outs in the other lane? Are you there watching that fight?
Yeah, I'm watching the big fight right here. Thomas coming out with the death ball on Elson, who is counter death balling, it looks like.
I think he's going to get through completely uncontested.
He might just do that. CBR getting melted.
Oh, there's not much you can do in there.
No.
Not much you can do at all. He's got to hug the cover and just try and drag it out as long as he can.
Done. He is done. Yeah. Elson just blinked right into that forward base. I don't think that destroyer brought enough to the table to make it worth it.
This death ball, it's just not going to do anything.
No.
They can dance through it, or the targets that are going to be hit, they take relatively little damage. There's nothing to follow up with that death ball. There's no damage there.
Oh, Kent going down. Oh, yeah. I think. Yeah.
Warming up for a finisher, yeah.
Yeah, they've got somebody in the base, but it doesn't matter because, you know,
Joe and Elson, the spearheading it, driving it home.
Yeah, Team Joe have more people and they've got Gamma, so yeah, 30% lead almost, but it doesn't matter.
They're not easing off the accelerator either. They're just
No.
they don't care. After that first match, they're not taking any chances. They're just gonna drive it home.
There is absolutely no reason for them to slow down. They had the advantage, and they were just like, okay, you're going to try and distract us, but we've got the advantage, and we know it. Why would we respond to you? You're just hurting yourself by not having your full force there to stop us.
It's completely not ignored as well, the reinforcing pulling in behind them. They didn't need them. They didn't need to do anything to them. They'd already won the game.
Dang.
I'm sorry, were we doing speedruns?
I think that might be the habit that people are in right now. Damn. Wait, I didn't even see how long that one was.
I have not looked yet. I'm gonna take a look when we get out.
I think the last one was 9:18.
This one is 9:36.
9:36. So they were 18 seconds short of that last game. But dang.
Operators peddling, make Protector great again. Spiel in my chat.
No.
Operator, behave yourself.
No.
We know your secret plans. We're on to you.
God, I remember the Protector when it had the jump speed of Greased Lightning.
Didn't even need the shield, did it?
No.
Let's face it.
No.
See, I think the whole normalization of the Protector's jump it's a mixed bag. I can see the concept of trying to normalize it in line with everything else because of the nature of the mechanic, and it's the same as everybody else's mechanic. But I'm all down for individual character and ships, which is why when they changed the executioner's overdrive fire rate, it felt to me like a step backwards because I really liked the way the mechanic worked. By all means, change its damage to balance it. That's great. But the mechanic itself was a really good dynamic mechanic. And that's how I kind of feel about the Protector. I can see why they'd want to, with something like that, bring it in line. But at the same time, it kind of took a little bit of the character away. I wasn't a fan of it because I'm sick and tired of jumping on Protectors and having the bastard jump out. But
The thing, specifically with the two examples you've brought up, though, the thing is, with the Protector, you don't have to do anything extra. You get it because you are the Protector. Whereas with the Executioner, it requires you to actually go forth and execute everything that you need to do. There's an extra couple of steps to it. You have to consciously do it versus I jump in 5 seconds because lol. Right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. It's the skill required for it, and I'm all up for awarding
now, just
highest skill level.
Just spitballing for the sake of it. What would you think about having the different classes of ships have different jump times, only separated by a second? Have midships keep the 8 seconds that they're at right now, add a second to heavy ships, and take away a second for light ships. So like
I think that would add some really dynamic play.
So like your Equalizer and your Raider and your Ranger, 7-second jumps. 7-second jumps. It's not a huge deal, but it would be a big deal for thinking about things. Because how many times have you just... I've done this a million times. I'm conscious of it and I still do it. How many times have you been the first to land on Gamma and you're in a light ship and the entire enemy team is there?
Yeah.
It would force you to think about the order that you jump even more than you do now.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, it'd be quite nice.
It would. I don't think it would alter balance that bad. It would add that little bit of spice.
It would add more requirement of thought. I'm trying to think of the way of answering things without, like, talking about... Remember we saying about earlier about privy to things? Trying to answer things without giving away privy to things, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But no, I think it would definitely take a lot more coordination, but would it be too much coordination for a pug match? Because in a game with comms, no problem whatsoever. But in a Okay. Have you got in the lobby? Because Joe's just invited me to a lobby.
I'm in the finals.
Are you? Because okay then. Okay.
Yeah.
That was weird. I thought Joe was in the finals. I've just accepted the wrong lobby, obviously. Hang on, wasn't it Joe's team that won?
Yeah, it was Joe's team that won. Then why?
Maybe he started making a lobby and it just didn't come through.
What's going on? Because it should be Team 3 and Team 4. Yeah, Joe's supposed to be in here.
Yeah, he is.
So, we've gone full circle. We started with Team 3 versus Team 4, and we're back to Team 3 versus Team 4. Well. Jeez. Well, are we going to see a change in comp? This is because for Gateson's team, they've run the Interceptor Reaper combo this whole time.
I don't think they will. Why break with the tried and tested method that's working? I can't see him changing it.
If they do, I think it's going to be in the second game, and that's
the last team we saw change something out lost because they took away what they were comfortable with. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they'll get a chance.
Yeah, and that's only if somehow Team Joe just comes out with something that just demolishes them in the first round. So there's a very, very small chance.
Calsto's description of Superlifter killing ships. He says he just loves how people still try to solo a Superlifter with a lifter going like, I kill you so slow that T-bow boiling will give you a speed rush. Nice.
I used to hate the Superlifter. It didn't make any sense to me at all. And then just one day I woke up and I was just like, I'm going to play the Superlifter. And I did, and I started walking away with high 20s, low 30s in support. It's such a weird ship to play because you have to have you have with any healer, of course, you have to have split attention, but you can not worry about that with the Superlifter.
It's just
as much.
I've got a really good highlight somewhere on my channel where there's an enforcer. I'm pretty sure he accused me of hacking. An enforcer tried to engage me. I was in a Superlifter, and obviously I'm very much aware of the convergence of the turrets on the enforcer and the crossover point. So he was chasing me around the lane, and I just kept level with him within that sort of 1 to 2k range, and jinking back and forth between the cross point on his turrets. So his shots were going off wildly and crazy in every direction. He was not impressed. I won't say some of the choice words he did throw out, but he was not best impressed when I slowly but surely picked him to pieces.
Yeah, I can certainly imagine being frustrated in that situation. But then again, to be fair, the of all of the mechanics that just at the worst times will do something goofy to you, aiming.
It's when
an ally ship passes
the nose.
An ally ship just passes in front of you, and all your turrets go, oh, okay, we need to aim up by 30 degrees now.
Don't even start me on that whole there should be 2 separate targeting buttons, and you should not automatically switch targets. You should be an option to take that you can choose to switch targets. So you don't auto switch targets, because it's really fucking annoying. It's like the same as the displacer has to stay locked onto the target that it's displacing, which to me seems really dumb, because I'm pushing that guy away. Why do I want to shoot him? I want to shoot the guy that's really close to me while I push that guy away. That's the general idea, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Bayonets are on order.
Alrighty.
I don't know what to say. You're not going to be overly surprised in variety.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you won't be surprised either. Well, that's okay.
We've got the same maps again as well.
Yeah.
Looking at it.
Yeah. I mean, if it ain't broke,
It definitely isn't broke for Joe's team because they just power played through it.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Let's see if Team Joe is going to get their revenge this time. Oh, boy.
My money is most definitely on that Reperceptor combo again because they're facing off exactly. It's pretty much a carbon copy of what they've seen throughout the rest of the tournament.
Yep.
And they've already proven that they've got the focus fire required to cut them down. They did it in the first round. Mm-hmm. It's just a question of the length of time.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Team Joe pull out at least one victory, just because they did placement right, or because they landed in the correct order, or something. But
something to take it to that best of, like, push that best of three all the way. It's just because they've worked. Obviously, they've worked for it. They went down into the losers bracket. It's not like they've just skipped merrily through. They've put the effort in order to get back to the point where they can win. Mm-hmm. So it would be nice to, for it to go the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. In fact, now that I think about it, has there been a tournament so far that's gone the full best of series in the end? Because all the ones I can remember have been clean sweeps at the end.
I'm trying to think. I know the last big one.
The All-Star?
That I hosted. No, that I hosted. I can't remember if it went to the best of 3. I know that the matches themselves, every match was extremely close because of the play styles of the teams that were involved. We won't go off on too much of a tangent because the action's already kicking off by the looks of it. Jesus. Milan straight in there. Have a scythe, my friend. Have a scythe to wash down with your shield. Mm-hmm. Bits of Elson just littered in space behind him. You might want to go and pick that up. Scrap metal's worth something,
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm not entirely sure about this approach off Gates and Milan though. That is a brawler.
It is a brawler, but I mean he's back at range. He's not in his optimal at all.
Oh, he just picked. That would have been perfect if he'd have charged square into that. Then that shield, he'd have been right in on top
he
of that.
hooked himself a Reaper.
But
I don't think he's not gonna kill him, but he's gonna put some hurt out, at least a little bit.
Was too slow. His concussed is out. Doesn't make any difference. He's dead, and as soon as he's down, they're going to take this mid mine. They're going to push down onto that Aegis and chase him all the way home. I think. Oh no! I take.
He's already home.
Took a lot of damage off that, and Elson didn't stop to look back.
Nope. He knew which way the wind was blowing. No reason for him to stick around. So that's going to be a very commanding alpha victory for Gateson's team here, or Team Infinity. I forgot what we're calling them.
I don't know the names anymore, if I'm honest. I'm picking out memorable players and running with it. What is this Slaughterfest, though, going over on in Meta? Meta? No, Beta mid-mine. Meta. New meta.
Meta. Oh, Space World going after Obi-Wan.
They've all gone. You know what this is? This is reminiscent of a bunch of people out in a pub, and it's just descended into a barroom brawl because someone said something about someone's sister, and everybody just punching each other in the face with no clear targets. What is with that death ball? Centaurus, come on. I think better of you, Centaurus. You're nothing but wasted energy, my friend. You could do considerably better. You've done considerably better.
We're still 2 minutes out from Gamma 1.
If it wasn't for the sake his enemy team were already going to be disengaging simply because the fight had resolved, they were going for heals. So if it had driven them out the lane with it, I could understand. But personally, it was a little bit of a waste there.
Infinity going after Space World here, trying to get himself a kill. He's gonna walk away with it.
Yeah, there's not much they can do to save space.
No.
Paladin on each, drones on each. The blink, the other side of the rocks. He's gonna. Oh no, I thought he might wait for the jump before engaging, but no. He's down. If you zoom in really close, you can see Infinity on the bridge smiling as he acquires the Paladin, who is making himself a hasty retreat back to his own lines, leaving the levy up there with that Aegis. But if I'm entirely honest, the levy hasn't got too much to worry about, though, really, has he? Let's face it. It's all eyes are on Mook right now.
Yeah, but it looks like Mook's got himself in a position. He's been chased enough to where he's gonna have a tough time healing.
Joe's stalling here. They're slowly going to pick him apart. He's trying to hold on to that mid mine for as long as possible.
I don't. Oh, the
death ball?
Blank death ball. Not aiming for Joe, aiming for
Second
Mook
time.
and Space World.
Is it going to land this time? Is he going to do
Oh,
something?
yeah. It did quite a bit to space, but that's it. Centaurus is going to
make
a beeline for Moo.
Mook's completely offset it. He did drive him out of cover, which was considerably better than the last one. He is making him run, but...
Yeah, this is great, because Moo, at this rate, is not going to be up for Gamma.
No, he's going to
make... for the first few
wow.
seconds.
He could have made cover, but the problem is, they didn't finish Joe off, so Joe's had free reign in that mid-mine. They've still got the mid-mine, all of the effort they put into that mid-mine.
Mm-hmm. And then Space World's going to take that third mine. They're going to be...
Yeah. They've got the advantage, and also looking at Gamma, the rest of them are turning up late to Gamma. The Brawler's already in the middle of Gamma with an Aegis. They've just got to wait until the Paladin turns up, and it's not going to be that long. Well, he's already there, isn't he? He's back up. He's coming out swinging. Full mine advantage over to Space's team. Did Joe go for the heals before coming in? Yeah, he did. No, he didn't. Well, some of them, at least.
Currently...
Predicator's taken some serious damage, though.
Yeah. Currently, Infinity's team has a 1 level lead. 2 people with level 4, 1 with level 2, versus everybody on Joe's team with 3. And that's just enough to be capping very slowly. Are they going to kill somebody, though? Space World, oh, he got concussed by those missiles, and then he falls. That's going to be enough. That's going to be enough. Team Infinity. Oh, another kill!
They've gone for that spearhead approach again, trying to break up the enemy team, but the enemy team, rather than just collapsing, is instead folded in on them.
And yeah, and now they're getting out. They got to get those mines right now.
They want Kenobi before they leave, though. Not gonna get him, I don't think.
Nope.
And he's out. Leaving Joe sitting there with his trousers around his ankles, wondering what just happened. Okay, I'm gonna check out, well, this lovely asteroid in beta. Okay, Infinity straight up a mid-mine. Obi's waiting for his heals, same as Centaurus.
Yep.
Sharing a beer at the FOB.
Infinity has the ability to go forth and be annoying as hell. Where'd he go?
Did he blink back?
He blinked backward. Oh.
I'd have gone for the high.
Yeah.
Use that rock, pull the brawler up.
Well, I can understand with his allies being that far back, I wouldn't want to be particularly that far forward with a brawler right there waiting to get me.
Brawler's pulled up into mid. I missed the rotate out then. Who was it? Let's have a look.
It was...
Elson. Elson's rotated.
Yeah.
Have we got a solid push going down Alpha, have we?
Yep.
Yeah.
But...
The armor rotate there. He's not sharp enough on his... He's giving them his nose and they're just taking full advantage of it.
Yep. Delicious nose on the front of that brawler. Such an easy mistake to make. Oh, I've got great armor. Well, it's only great in specific areas.
Just bop bop, square on the nose. Good night, Mr. Brawler. Good night. Let's take a quick look over. Not much happening. Gatesand's stalling out some time while the rest of his team push on that FOB and beta. But are we looking at another one of those early gas 1 pushes?
It looks like we are. Got a couple of jump ins.
Gatesand is doing some work though. He's taking down Mook before. Wow. He's still putting a fair bit of damage down on space as well. If you can get another volley of missiles out, that will be pretty big. He's going down, but space is not looking good. He's not going to be fresh for this fight in his own base.
A death ball not doing a lick of good here in the home base, but that brawler.
He's not quite been on form in this match, has he? Not compared to the
No.
rest. It could be the length of time, though. These players have been playing for quite a while, although intermittently. It's probably starting to take its toll a little bit with the on-off, not constant gaming. The positioning is still pretty good coming out of Infinity's team.
Yeah.
They've got a nice spread. They're not too far apart. They're not too close. That brawler's having a bit of trouble getting in the middle of them and getting the concuss on too much. That's the cap going down. Joe is too overextended without any support, though. He's got a nice little Aegis dance going. With a pirouette and a dip. And a levy beam.
On to Obi-Wan.
Oh,
the
that shield.
Aegis deny.
It's like, no, you're not shooting my healer. No, you're not having it.
Infinity
They might
going
stabilize
after Space
here, though.
World, taking him down. I don't
Infinity's
know.
pushing way too deep inside those
Gates should
defenses.
be coming back here any second. No, he's not. He's stuck in Alpha. Capping
That was
back.
an interesting choice. That was definitely an interesting choice of jump locations. Oh, that could cost them dearly.
And
Infinity
that
needs to peel
is
off. Needs to
Gamma
peel off.
done.
There's Milan gone.
Yeah.
And Infinity's down. There's quite a bit of resource they've just picked up in their defense, and Centaurus is sat here all on his lonesome. Spitting out death balls like they're going out of fashion.
Luke, is he gonna get death balled while jumping? Nope.
No. Close. Very
Almost.
close. And there he goes. Centaurus down.
That was a really good defense of that push.
It was. They did well, and they've brought themselves considerably back into the game as well. See, not easing up in their response. They're going to get a cap out in beta, secure more mines. 2 minutes until Gamma's up.
Yeah, this match is going a lot better for Team Joe than their first encounter.
Given the enemy team's composition, I think Space is possibly being a little bit overzealous with his attempts at forward mine capping. Obviously, you can see where most of the enemy team are if he's paying attention to the radar, but if that Scepter and Reaper drop on top of him, he is a dead man.
Very much so.
I think he's come to the same realization as well as he's backed off from that furthest mine and pulled back to mid, grab himself some cover.
Oh, Obi-Wan getting levy beamed and a death ball coming through. Gonna do a lot of damage. Oh no, Obi-Wan! Don't go with the death ball. You're supposed to go against it. You will take less damage that way. Oh, that poor guy.
Speaking of Gates, Anna Milan doing some serious work over here.
This is not a pair of dudes you really want to come up against.
They're going home for the repairs whilst
1 minute out
it gets
of
real.
Gamma.
Oh no, it looked like it was getting real in the middle of beta, but they've decided to pull out and go for their levels. While Team Infinity, while Centaurus I think Centaurus has been drinking. That's what the problem is. Just, and by the way, he's just collided with that mid station. He started celebrating victory too soon. That's what the problem is there.
Alrighty, let's go into Gamma. See what we got.
So station's Erid.
Station, I don't.
Print screen time.
It's a weird looking asteroid to me, man.
It's a weird looking asteroid. It's a holiday
is.
asteroid. I like it. See if we can get up close and personal with some of these shots as they rain overhead.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. How beautiful.
Level 6 versus level 7. This is actually going to count for a huge amount. But Space World doing exactly what he needs to do and getting his team a mine advantage so they can catch up.
Both these teams have demonstrated that they can push well and solid off the back of a Gamma, so it could quite easily go either way in this match, depending on
Yeah.
who picks this up.
Yeah, Team Joe is quite a bit more on top of things compared to the last time these two teams faced off.
I don't know how I like this Gates and Milan split. It obviously means they can cover larger areas, but they've left a massive opening in the middle for the enemy team to dive on Obi, which they've taken full advantage of. They've left the front door open. It also means Obi's split for hiding behind targets as well as trying to heal, and there it is. He pays the price.
Oh, Gates,
Space
yeah,
picks him up.
Gateson and Milan not on the same target.
And they're
That
surrounded.
brawler came
That's the
around.
last thing you
Yeah.
need in the Inceptoral Reaper is to be surrounded. Well,
There's-
they've
there
realigned,
they go.
focusing down the
Their
targets.
healer's down though, so they're
But there goes Milan.
they're not in a good way. There's Gateson going down.
They've managed to splinter them. So as
Wow.
long as you can scatter them before they zone in on a target, that's the way you sort of hammer that composition.
A 3-for-1 trade right at the moment.
Centaurus is probably not thinking his future's bright right now.
No.
Infinity, he's trying, he's pushing in. He's on a mission to at least take
Gamma
space out with him.
secured by Team Joe.
Oh. Where did the blink? Where was the blink? Oh, space managed to blink out on sketch health.
This is a little bit of an upset from what we saw at the very start of the match.
Definitely. I think Infinity's team are really going to have to lock things down and weather the storm on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a brave jump by Obi.
Oh, Centaurus
Centaurus still sat in the middle of Gamma, though.
Yeah.
And that's how you deal with an Aegis. You just ignore it. You don't need to kill it. You just need to kill everything else. There's no way it can possibly outcap the rest of your team if all of its
Yeah.
friends are dead.
All right, so where's the push coming from?
I'm currently scouting out in Alpha.
Looks like
Got
the
Milan.
push is in beta.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Milan and Gates are trying to capitalize on the whole enemy team being in the other lane. But Elson dropping a death ball right down the middle. It's not going to achieve anything really apart from causing them to scatter.
No.
Well, it's going to look really pretty on my screen as well while I sit inside it, but you know, it's
And
not really what we're after.
An Aegis versus a Reaper and a Interceptor is probably about the least desirable matchup you could have. Meanwhile, those two
Even
are
with the
leaving.
Gamma.
Yeah. Meanwhile, those two are leaving
They're
their
going to respond.
Aegis all alone.
Well, it looks like Gates. No, Gatesan is staying, but Milan has rotated out, I guess, to respond to that heavy push over in beta. We're going to look over at that. I think this Aegis might actually pick Gatesan apart. You know,
The
we'll see in but a second.
Interceptor, while it has better burst DPS than the Reaper, it also has no defensive abilities, which really puts it in a bad position as a solo ship.
Especially when your target is in your blind spot.
Mm-hmm.
Obi, what are you doing, my friend?
No.
You're just asking for a levy beam.
There it goes.
Joe's happy to oblige. Happy to.
Space World doing the jump to the other side. Leap.
Oh,
Oh,
Milan,
no!
what was that? I think someone just engaged the self-destruct button.
Yeah. There's no way that
Centaurus.
wasn't
Oh, down in the
intentional.
back. Centaurus on no health.
That's the
Oh,
game.
the cleanup. The cleanup is real.
That
man.
is the game right there.
Follow it in from Mook's perspective.
Oh no.
Oh, big hits coming in on Mook.
Yeah, but he's gonna be able to weather that. It doesn't really matter if he dies at this point because his
There's
team
drones.
only have to worry about 2 ships at the moment, and they've got more than enough DPS to take him out quickly. 50, 60%, 70%,
There's Joe,
80,
sat at the front. Really doesn't care.
90.
So what are you going to do in that hunter? I've got
That's-
a healer. I've got all the buffs. I don't care.
And that's what our turnaround looks like. That was fantastical.
They really seized. As I said, it was down to that Gamma 2. Both teams have demonstrated more than enough skill when it comes to securing a Gamma and pushing off the back of it.
Mhm.
I think the rest of this tournament is going to be dictated by whoever capitalizes. It's not going to be those cheeky back caps or those slugfests in one lane pre-Gamma. each team is going to play defensive as possible, wait for that gamma, and then throw everything they've got at each other.
Yeah.
I think every single one of those fights is going to be exceptionally close.
Mm-hmm.
Exceptionally close.
And we can see that from the scoreboard here, things were a lot closer than we've seen in every other match today. So, I mean,
There's a lot of deaths and kills across the board on both teams.
And there's only a difference in two in the caps. So everybody during that match was doing work. Everybody was there doing exactly what they needed to be doing. But it worked out for Team Joe this time.
I'm excited to see what happens in the next one, because they're facing the overall loss. Let's face it, they're on the edge of the precipice.
Yeah.
And they've done so well to get this far without losing.
It could be just one more game. It could be just one more game. I don't think
we'll be jumping pretty much straight into that one.
Yeah.
Hey Nako, how you doing, mate? We're actually running a tournament. That's why I'm on a little bit earlier than usual. This is not the usual stream, which will be on later. But we've just turned up in time for the finals of For the lolz season 2, technically, I suppose. So would you call it season 2? Tournament 2, however you might want to phrase it.
The returning?
The second, the returning. Camera isn't a problem at all. Herder. Some sexy flying there, Mook, as well, man. Sexy flying indeed, bud. Okay, ready?
I imagine we might have a very small break. Man, and looking at that.
Hey, Guardian, how you doing, mate?
Looking at that difference in MMR again, it's 1,500. But it goes to show.
The MMR doesn't mean jack.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe. Welcome, man. You're right. Yeah, I'm quite intrigued to see the outcome of this now. I want it to go down to the classic best of one, and the only way that's going to happen in that classic best of one is if Infinity's team pull out the next match. But are they going to run the same composition? Because they've demonstrated, obviously, what they've done the first time round at the beginning of the tournament was extremely effective. It worked for them.
Mm-hmm.
They've come back to the table, and as we said, the circle's complete. They're facing the same team again. Again, a close match. However, this time they take the loss. Are they sticking with the same composition and just learning from it and taking a slightly different tactical approach? Or are they throwing it all out the window and taking something completely different?
It's risky either way. It really is.
But could you imagine if both teams do that simultaneously and come out with something completely different? That would be interesting.
That would be fantastic. I've been in this situation. It was in the All-Stars. We ended up taking second place, but we went to the finals. We lost our first match horribly, and it's really easy to get your morale destroyed when you're in this kind of situation. Oh, we lost. We should change and do something different. Blah,
especially
blah.
If you're on a high. If you consistently won all the way through and then you take a loss, that's going to smash your morale even more than if you've lost a couple of matches here and there all the way through.
Yeah.
Will they default onto that heavy composition and it turns into a slugfest? I really hope it doesn't. They have their merit, but they're not really my cup of tea. I like sexy plays.
Mm-hmm. I really don't think... Oh, there's the official title for the lolz 2, RNGesus Strikes Back.
RNGesus Strikes Back. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, that is appropriate.
Thanks, MTA. I would have forgotten that otherwise.
But I would actually think that we will end up seeing the exact same comp.
It wouldn't surprise me. People very, very rarely in these tournaments very rarely drift too far away from what they've already tried.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice to see something a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. MMR is literally just a number.
It's just a number that we all judge our worth as human beings by.
I hope he says that MMR means something lay off the drugs.
It's how I judge whether or not I wake up every morning. Is my MMR still 1K or higher? I'm still worthy. I can still look at myself in the mirror. Yeah, if my MMR ever drops below 1K, I'll just shave all my hair off.
Uninstall the internet.
Yeah. Stop playing games. Go.
That's it. Go get a serious job.
Yeah.
Grow up. Yes. Buy a suit.
Kids.
Go enjoy some sandwiches.
Minivan.
Sandwich.
$50,000 of student loan debt.
Yeah. Kieran Kurtz tuning in later to see Kaika and his Willie and Conan. That's actually a fair description of what's going to be happening later. Have you seen the physics on Conan's junk?
I haven't seen the physics. As soon as I saw the dick slider, I was just like, this. I can't. There's a dick slider because I would never get past that. I just get in and slide it up and down. I go.
They just put their own physics into them. It's just like, are you serious? You've
Well-
put an awful lot of
Well,
attention to detail on that.
I mean. Okay, I'm about to make a joke, and I'm sure somebody's gonna get at me for this, but we have equality now. I mean, we've got jiggle physics for the boobies, we've got it for the junk now. Equality. Please send all your hate mail to somebody other than me.
Oh. Decade knows what it's all about. Decade's like 2 Watchmen, 2 Guardians, and a Protector. Who needs Gamma anyways?
2 Watchmen, 2 Guardian, and a Protector. Where's the Overseer? No Overseer. No dollar. Nobody's played the Overseer. Nobody gets $1 from me. That's the way
everybody's
it works.
eating apart from us. Zerid.
I have Ann Donut waiting for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I have to go and prepare a spot of dinner after this stream, so I'm looking forward to whatever. Oh no, my missus is doing it. This just got even better.
Yeah.
There's a light at the end of the light at the end of the tunnel.
All right.
Yes.
Everything's being reformed. No.
And we've even got. I like this service. I like it when internet gamers come together and they're all about the sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Smitty wants to see 5 cloakers. That ain't happening, but it would be interesting to see.
As soon as we get a
Guardian.
cloaker that has a detect, that'll happen. That would. Oh God. I just.
Guardian wants to know if.
I just like seriously like a game of with all cloakers. I just kind of have. You know that like stereotypical image of somebody in the dark and they light a match and there's like the outline of the monster's face. That it would be like that. Somebody drops a detect buoy and then just whoa. Oh God, there's 5 of them.
It's pitch black, isn't it? It's the end of Pitch Black when that guy's surrounded by all those creatures and he manages to strike.
I think so.
He strikes the light and he's.
Yeah.
And you see hordes of them.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
that is exactly.
Yeah. Gotta get sharp. Guardian wants to know if Axe. Fair play to Axe. He is considering trying to shove pizza down his router for him, but Guardian's after Axe's pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, invites, right?
Invites.
Invite.
I wish I was an invite.
Or an outvite, just to be different.
Yeah.
Nick, or are you on Detox's server? Because that's the one I will be playing on later. Who is this who refuses to join the game? What?
Predicator?
Balked.
Restarting. Oh God.
Da, 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 da.
The lobby bugs. No.
Looks like I'm playing Zard.
Yeah, they should just sub us in. We'll play for the last game.
Yeah. We'll take it to them.
Yep. We got this. We got the 2-minute delay. They don't know what we're doing.
Okay, it's the third time of the fourth match, the same two teams. Wait, this is the third match.
This is the third match.
Uh-huh.
Hooray!
It's looking like a full lobby. It's looking promising.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be confused though, because we're spectating the opposite teams now.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Become a streamer and use this stream. So,
This is stream. Oh, treat stream. I'm pretty sure I know what that is.
does that let me send people treats?
That's the whole
Oh, it ties
thing.
in really cool with something that I'm going to be doing in the not. 78, poke me that.
Yeah, you can send you sign up for it as a streamer, and then people can like order you food.
Oh, they ordered me food. Oh,
Yes.
no, I meant the other way round. Right, no, forget it, 78, doesn't matter.
Let people donate food delivery straight to your door. Twitch users only. Well, you know what?
It's the other way around.
Uh-oh. I recognize this team comp. Although we've got a lot of brown going on in our lanes.
I can't. There's not. We've had this combo as well, but I can't really say much about this composition that hasn't already been said for the past 4 or 5 matches that we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still going to be good though because they're refining their compositions and learning each other's limits. So I think it'll be pretty interesting to see how this comes out.
Mm-hmm. So,
Sorry, I'm just
yeah.
following Twitch chat.
No, I'm looking at it too. I'm kind of sitting here going, well, there's nothing
It's the
to
best
say.
Murray walk. Oh, these folks. And Kieran's happy because the reason you can stream Twitch is because stream Conan and penises is because the way they've done it basically it's not about the penis. The penis is part of the greater picture, so that's all right.
Yeah, that's the rule with nudity on Twitch is if it happens in the game, it happens in the game as long as it's not a core focus.
I like it. Dako, I don't actually know the name of the guild. It's Detox is a mobile, so if that's the name. Right, and we're in with the potential final match. Potential.
Yep.
See how it goes. Jump out in alpha. Oh, sexy stations. Stations are so sexy. Get some print screens for later.
All right. What kind of lane split are we gonna see?
I think we're going to see something very reminiscent of previously. So we're going to have that Interceptor Reaper together maybe with the Aegis.
Mm-hmm.
Got Milan and Gates over here in beta.
Uh-huh. So who have we got waiting?
No, must leave you. No, there we go.
Obi-Wan was sitting there waiting, trying to see where he was going to show up. He was going to be the balancing factor.
Waiting for the split, I guess, from the enemy
Yeah.
team before jumping out. Do have the healer though. I prefer the healer rather than the Aegis in this lane, especially considering it's a 3-stack in exchange.
Yeah.
Levy Hunter Paladin. It all boils down to that Paladin. The Hunter. Gatesan takes a full beam to the noggin. He's not looking so heavy, but Milan does seize the moment in order to flank around the back of Joe. Obviously where he can take very little damage in order to open up on space. The coordination of these pair, impeccable. They're just going to reacquire, and without even any hesitation, Gatesan straight on to space. He knew exactly where he was going.
Not the best timing with those concussed missiles, but, I mean, it still worked.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, they got there. It was sloppy, but they got there.
Now they turn their
Now
attentions
Moog.
on
Too
who?
close.
Moo.
He's way, way, way overextended.
A very dead
Gates-san.
Gates-san.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is only a
Oh,
matter
the
of time.
scythe. Nice solid scythe in there. He's not making it home.
Nope.
We're going to be sending a letter to his family, trying to explain what happened here. It's going to be difficult.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Moo. He just
Yeah.
he went forward and got shot in the face.
He just kept going forward. He just went forward, man. He just kept going forward, man. That's about as best as my American impression gets. It's not great. I understand.
That's okay.
Joe is staying solid on Obi. He's staying definitely solid on him, and he's got that beam out. That was some pretty nice tracking considering the mobility off that. Oh, he was almost out of range. Milan picked up Joe just in time for space to come through and close the deal
Yeah.
and send Obi back to the respawn screen. And now he's going to pay the price as well. He's not getting out of this one.
No.
There
Those
he is.
concussed
Space
missiles
coming in.
Coming through.
Clearing house.
They're holding on to this mid mine though. Currently Team Infinity with a 500 lead.
I think the action for all of the series is definitely going to be wherever Gates-san and Milan are. They're definitely going to be making an impact on anyone that
Yeah.
they come across. He swaps focus onto Mook. And Obi is back in, and Milan is following up as well. So,
Mukuk goes down once more.
we've just had confirmation through from AXA that this is the last game he's running. I think he's running the classic losers bracket. Obviously, they've lost. Joe's team lost the first round, which counts as one loss.
Oh.
Obi's team lost the first round in this set of finals. That counts as a loss. So this is the final. This is it. Everybody's making a move to Gamma. That was lucky. That was exceptionally lucky. That armor, that was shroud rotate, I should say. Saved him quite a bit of damage there.
Yeah. The Shroud is such a wonderful tool on the Reaper. It always it's surprising how big of a difference it makes and how people are conscious of it and yet constantly ignore the fact that it exists.
I'm quite an advocate of the Reaper and Shroud play, and there's very few things that are gratifying as jumping under fire from 4 targets, 2 on each side of you, and using Shroud to get out scot-free.
Exactly.
Predicator getting himself right in on that station again, waiting to hook someone out.
Elson coming
Digging
in
in tight.
with the death ball. Oh, I think there's only going to be one hit. Elite gonna go ahead and get shielded.
The spread, he needs to wait until they're engaged. He really needs to wait until they're locked up in a fight so that they can't evade so easily, or that at least if they do evade, he gains something from it. Heavy hit through from Gates-san onto our brawler, but it was shielded, so most of the damage was mitigated.
Doesn't
And Mook
matter,
is doing
though.
the work. He took a lot more there than he could have done. A lot more. Obi's not looking healthy as well.
No.
Space picks it up. Space has really come into his own as this tournament's rode on. Infinity,
Going down.
too deep. Way too deep. Gates and Milan are not in a great position. They've got a nice lineup on this paladin, but they're facing down against the levy.
Now they've got a hunter in front of them.
There's
oh!
the beam. Oh, that's pretty big. Oh, and there's a death ball to follow up off the beam. The wombo combo is real.
That-
Jesus.
yeah.
I
That
don't
is-
even think Gaetan saw that coming. He was so focused on the levy beam coming off Joe that he didn't
Yeah.
realize he'd just been broadsided
There's really
to the
not a
death ball.
whole
That was
heck of a lot.
beautiful.
Really not a whole heck of a lot he could have done in that situation. He was going to get hit by that death ball. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Infinity's back in. He's waiting, I reckon, for the Paladin to return in order to make a play. He's hanging back a little bit, getting a bit of poking in, watching that brawler. He's going to dive past, I reckon. Edge up to him, dive past, go for the Paladin. Any second now. There's Joe chasing Obi around the station like crazy. The problem is Obi's doing a hell of a good job of baiting them off, but he's also not getting any chance whatsoever to do any healing.
The super DPS combo is back. Looks like that's a dead brawler.
But can Milan stay up long
Double
enough in order
death
for them
ball!
to... Oh, the death ball exchange. Hadouken! Meanwhile, in the side lanes, those mines don't look balanced.
No, Joe's team is very slowly pulling ahead.
Infinity's team need this gamma if they intend to stay in this.
Yeah.
They can't lose this gamma and lose the mine advantage. It'll cost them the game. They're struggling to lock onto a single target at the moment.
I think.
Gatezan.
Yeah. That
Nice
is-
heavy hit there through Amu.
that-
Obi has managed to position himself nicely at the back away from Joe, using the station as cover. And on his team's side of Gamma. So
Yeah.
he's relatively safe.
Keeping Gates on alive.
He's doing some serious work. And Milan is back in, and there's the shutdown on space. Maybe the confidence he's built so far, maybe making him push a little bit too much there. That brawler again. He's got to get the armor rotate. He's taking everything on his nose.
Yeah, that's a very quick
That
way to die.
nose. That flank armor upgrade was completely wasted. There.
And all of a sudden,
Obi still.
Gamma swings back the other direction.
And there's the cap.
Team Infinity grabs it. They need
They
to
need to pick up
out.
a couple of kills. No, they need to pick up a couple of kills on the way out to offset that mine differential. If they can do that, they'll put them completely back in the game. No, they're gonna have to rely on grabbing the mines and holding the mines.
Yeah.
And that does. I know it's not a massive resource lead difference, but that is level 6 versus a non-level 6 team, which means they are really going to have to wait around in the bubble to get the level. Otherwise, any engagements, they're going to be a serious disadvantage with that level 6 upgrade.
I got trapped in an asteroid.
It's always magical when that happens. Cozy, warm.
Strong push going down, Alpha from.
Space disengaging. He thought about it. He decided it wasn't worth it.
No, it's not a good idea to go after.
Those, from the point of
Yeah.
view of a hunter pilot, concussed missiles. I'll dive a Reaper all day, but concussed missiles do sometimes make me think twice.
There's such a scary and powerful ability to have it used against you when you rely on any sort of ability.
Is he pulling Gatezan in so he can blink behind him? That's what I would be doing right now. I'd be waiting for him to engage. No, he's fallen back. Oh, he missed his opportunity. Then he
back
could have
for
got
the
right
heal.
in behind him and opened up on him and completely taken the spine out of this push.
Currently,
What we got going on in
Gatezan
Alpha?
and
Peter.
are split on their DPS, and that's not doing them any favors.
Got a death ball coming through. Centaurus. That is a nice death ball. That is definitely a nice death ball. He's got quite a bit of damage down him. He's driven him out the bubble and into the line of sight of Gatezan.
Who is
Maybe after that
currently
last
focused on
match.
somebody else.
Maybe after that last match, though, after those couple of unsuccessful death balls last game, he's sort of putting a bit more thought into his placement
Yeah.
because he's done some awfully nice shots.
Both forward bases being captured by Team Infinity. I don't think this is going to end up being a successful push, though. They've paid too heavy a
It's
price.
they're starting to lose the momentum out of this push over here.
They've brought it
Centaurus is
back.
sat here.
They've brought it back with minerals, but only just.
Though we've got a
However,
breakthrough on the enemy home
yeah.
base, and it is Infinity.
Obi and Infinity.
means-
Oh,
He can sit around as long as he wants, and it is Obi, and Obi isn't the easiest chap to kill, to say the least.
No.
He's got the whole of the team responding to it as well. And that push down in the middle of Alpha, they'd lost all their momentum, but they should be able to make it all back now with the I'd say almost panicked response from the enemy team in responding to that, like that home base push.
It looks like they're all going for Alpha. Yeah, they're all consolidating on that forward operating base.
I think they should have used the momentum a little bit more.
If they can kill Joe, because he was the only one there. Because that's a lot of damage they would be getting rid of. But Gateson's not there right now, so they're missing out on a lot.
He is a long way out as well.
Yeah.
Obi needs a peel. And Infinity responds. No, 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 and oh no! Worst possible time to jump, Infinity. Worst possible time. He disengaged.
Yeah.
Right in front of the enemy hunter.
Milan ended up getting a beam.
Made
to
it
the
out.
face
It was close though. God, that was close. Death ball over space.
Man, that was a fantastic defense right there.
That 43% cap, I'd say it was definitely worth it. Definitely worth the push. Now, if they can reform and do the same thing again.
Yeah. Although, with that much of a cap being done...
they need to...
Team Joe... Team Joe is now in a position where they actually do have to start worrying about the cheeky back cap.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was going to say, because with a 43% of your base cap, it's not going to take long for them to get the other 50.
No, not at all. I mean, and only if they go in and get 5 or 10%, they don't only need to do that a couple of times.
And then it locks you in as well. You can no longer respond to gamma pushes, even if they look favourable, just because your gate's open and that's it.
Yeah.
So our ball exchange again. Death ball exchange.
That's a very dead brawler.
Oh.
And not a whole lot of damage done to Team Infinity.
The hyper aggression out of Infinity, though, I think, personally, if I'd have been Joe's team, I wouldn't have rotated back out. I'd have stayed in this lane and hammered it down while they've got all of their team together, while the enemy team was still recovering from being repelled from their push. While they were out of position, they should have hammered it home and pushed it down to the FOB rather than sort of splitting half the team off and pulling back, because now they're just getting chewed apart piecemeal. Infinity's team are really, really maximizing on this.
Double it up with the fact that Gamma's up in a minute. Oh, that's a dead move. He's gonna be up for Gamma.
Chuckle as he charges up his energy at the expense of Elson.
They've got the mid mine. Are they just gonna hold on to it? Are they gonna?
I think they are spamming for the mine for Gamma. I think they're trying to make up the mine now. No, I reckon Joe's team is they're comfortable enough with the mine advantage they've got. They're going to wait until the last possible moment before jumping to Gamma.
Oh, Space because just of Hunter fell play. Down. He's going to be out for about 15 seconds of Gamma. Ooh, boy. Everything just got evened up.
Mook's just come back in.
That one player down is going to be huge.
I think it's going to be another one of those matches as well that doesn't make it to Gas 3.
No.
We haven't had one yet today, actually. Oh, wow. The melt through on Mook. Did you see his health bar vanish? Follow-up sight to finish him off. He died so quick that he didn't even have time to respond to that.
The death of Space World just allowed them to not have to worry about one more target, and that gave them the confidence to just go, right, we're doing this. And now the enemy team...
Joe, that's the problem when you lose your aggressive harasser that's designed to take out the enemy healer and keep the pressure on. As soon as you lose him, not only do you lose a damage of source, a source of damage even, you also lose a threat factor, which means the enemy team can just blatantly just ignore that issue. The whole of your team is slow, They have large DPS, I agree, but they're quite slow. So I can just leave my healer at the back, and he's going to be perfectly fine because you can't respond to it. You don't have the mobility.
Yeah. All right, and we've got the 4 push into beta. Looks like Gateson is off on his own, but in this situation, that's okay because he's just having to face off against Space World, which Interceptor
Milan
versus
over
Hunter.
here in Space with Space World. He's really hyper aggressive. Is he going to get the hit? No, Space World is out and responding to that push in the other lane. Let's check out the spread. There's a nice bit of spread. Gatezan's covering Obi. Infinity's tightening it up a little bit.
Mukuk getting focused again. Is he going to be able to survive? Brawler missing its harpoon. Oh no, Elson with the death ball, and it looks like it's going to be a nice solid one too.
I don't know, the spread should be good. I think
a little bit of damage
is the only one who's
on
no, Obi, what are you doing?
on
Obi's
Obi.
back into the ball.
Oh no!
Oh, that was bad. That was game-changing. Gateson's been hooked in by the brawler and he's getting picked to pieces. It's leaving Centaurus on his own.
Wow.
There isn't much he can do here. Maybe get a death ball out and get some damage down onto the brawler and the hunter, but
that's a very nice wrap up.
Infinity's chasing space, I think.
Yeah, I was not expecting that to go that well.
Centaurus got a finish on space down below the FOB. Oh, Centaurus is taking it like a champ though. He's standing at the front there and he's tanking for everything he's got. Brawler is going down with him.
Yeah.
Milan's turned up.
This push just ended up not being worth it. I mean, they're gonna hit level 9 first, but they wasted their Gamma 2.
Milan too slow to respond to that. And something you always want to do as a Reaper pilot against the Leviathan, always approach at that slight angle so that you're almost cutting off your own full firing solution, just so that when he pops that beam, you can hit that straight and cover it straight away.
And it looks like that Gamma is going to be completely spent.
Oh, he's left the jump too late as well. Oh, he's relying so much on Kenobi here.
Just barely making it out with the shield up. Man.
Oh, wow. Infinity taking massive damage there off Joe.
Yeah, the double heavy comp actually doing quite a bit of work for him now.
I'm starting to think Joe's rage meter just filled. Judging by what's coming out of him right now. He's been studying from the Book of Commandos.
We have seen a level advantage Gamma 2 push get completely turned around just by good target selection. That is pretty dang amazing. Death ball coming in. Gotta go ahead and take out that beacon. Not sure it really matters.
Massive damage there on Kenobi.
This late in the game. They're gonna be able to heal.
They've got to be careful pushing there, though. If they push now, even if they get through to the enemy home base, they're going to be leaving themselves open for a kill before a wipe before Gamma, which will guarantee their. Joe makes it out again just before the bubble hits him.
Yeah, but his jump point, which he threw down, didn't.
Yeah, long gone into the dust. A poor brawler friend here, taking it from every direction.
Yep, little bit too aggressive.
Deep is so deep, he's almost at the other end.
Elson
Nice
coming in with the
formation.
death ball. Is it going to be solid? No. No, Obi's going to make it out. Centaurus is not going to take a whole lot of damage.
It's just
not
tied
gonna
into what
take
I was
anything.
exactly about to say. They've got an awful nice formation going on there with a good solid spread, so
Yeah.
that they can displace quite reasonably. means with something like that death port, it's a lot easier, a lot harder for them to pull together to focus fire on the same armor front or same area or same ships, because they've got to allow for that spatial placement so that they've got enough room to dodge. But I think they're dancing a fine line with being close enough together to maximize damage versus far enough apart as to not all get smashed to pieces.
Gamma 3 is coming up. The end of the tournament could potentially be upon us here in 1 minute. Are we going to see another individual get sniped down and cost his team Gamma?
Well,
or
got
no?
that little push going off over in Alpha, and it doesn't. They've gone straight to Gamma. They don't care about this push.
Yeah, they've already got the...
Space could have made some. You could have applied a pressure there. There's still 40 seconds left on the clock. You could have easily applied some pressure there and forced someone to jump back.
Yeah, Joe's here all by himself now. Now he's got Elson, but just
the Hunter
these
excels
two.
at that as well, though. Simply because it can get into the bubble faster than most ships. You could have pulled anything out of there. Well, obviously the other Hunter would have been on an even footing, but he could have pulled any ship out and then left them in an awful engagement position for Gamma.
Yeah.
Is Kenobi taking it?
Obi-Wan!
Oh, the Wombo again.
No!
Oh, come on. Doom. Kenobi
He
pulling
lives
it out.
just barely.
Jesus.
I think we're
After
going to
the first-
be seeing a lot more of that after this tournament.
I think you're right, which is what I've been preaching about for a while. So many combos that could be pulled off, so many sexy combos, especially as more ships are added to the game. ACG are now at a point where they can start adding ships that synergize with other ships. He did well to survive that levy beam and death ball at the start there. This brawler's just driving it deep now.
Yep.
They figured out they can't let Milan and Gatezan line up.
Yeah.
If they let them line up, that's when they run into problems. That's when the damage starts to really dish out. But at the moment, they're forcing their way through them, and then they're looping back on them, and it's working extremely effectively. Milan is just getting chewed to pieces.
Yep. His defenses are now down. He can only take so much. The DPS has been pretty well shredded by both teams.
Desperately searching for cover that he isn't going to find.
No. Infinity eating a beam to the face.
And that's all she wrote on Infinity, surely. Oh no!
No!
Oh,
Jumping to the bottom of the station.
depends on the Paladin.
He's jumping out.
Oh,
No.
and there he goes.
All right, Team
Gamma
Joe
3 as well.
with Gamma 3. How many of them are up? 4.
More than enough to close this out.
Yeah. It's not over till it's over, but I'm
Allison.
not sure.
Just straight blink into the bubble. He doesn't care. He's got an objective. He's going for it. Oh, not waiting for the repairs on that Paladin. Could be detrimental here.
Yeah.
Depends on if Gaetan can get the angle.
30%.
Oh, and that's
40%.
their health down. That's their healer down. That's big. Just get space down and they're not out the match.
Yep, 45. Okay, so they're currently in the lead, but only just.
And there goes
50%.
space. They've stabilized. They've taken the healer out. This isn't over. This is far from over.
Yeah. We still have a
Should have
match.
he should have waited for the heals. There was no reason to not go to the FOB and wait for the rest of the team to catch up.
Yeah.
Overzealous is what cost them that there.
They could have had the victory.
And that's a Gamma 3 defense as well. It's beautifully.
This match. This is what finals should be, people.
What's going on? What's going on? Elson getting out with no health. Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it?
Just barely.
Got that a little bit fine. Just a little bit fine. Who did we miss the jump on there? Ooh. Pressure's on now,
man. Both teams are level 9. There is no more advantage to be gained by getting these mines. It's
The
all
only
about
option
pushing.
it's I think it's going to turn into a standoff now until the next Gamma. No team is really going to overcommit because they've just had themselves served in Gamma, and then in response they've had themselves served in the enemy home base. I suspect that they're probably going to play a bit defensive here. Maybe just sit around and kind of like, you know, puff their chests out a little bit. That's what I'd consider doing. Just keep an eye on a lane and say, this is my lane, you're gonna have to fight me for it.
Yeah.
Not overcommit. But then again, looks like we're throwing that one completely out the window. The Centaurus drive square down the middle of the lane.
Yeah, they've got
They're
the
gonna get a
push
response
going
to that
on.
beta. With that beta push, are they going for a base race?
I think that's what we've
They'll
got.
lose it. They'll lose a base race. There's no way.
And they're coming. They're going back.
Poor Infinity sat there defending the FOB on his own. He's not going to last long enough for them to get there.
Yeah.
Taking an absolute smashing here.
Elson got in. He's getting smushed. He's not going to
Got the
blink very
gate.
far away.
Infinity's had to peel off. Question is, how are they choosing to do this? Oh, the splits on this are crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yep, Centaurus in there.
Oh, they didn't get the cap, did they? What did they?
No, they got a little bit
They
of
didn't
it.
get the cap. Oh, beta, they didn't quite open it. So it's closing itself.
Mm-hmm.
Which leaves the gate open for Alpha 2. Well, each team has cleaned up their respective pushes.
Mm-hmm. Dang, Team Infinity getting themselves a little bit more. They're now ahead by 9%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is.
Yeah.
Let's see, is Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan was not in position to jump.
It's now the battle of the backcappers.
Yeah.
What's the base defenses like? Let's have a look. See, so we're still looking pretty strong in Joe's base. What could you check the defenses over in Infinity's for us? Just do the turret defenses, just to see what we're working with.
Yeah. Currently, we've got only 3 of them still up. So
That gives a distinct advantage to any back cap coming through from space.
yeah.
Whereas Joe's only the one.
They're going in. They're going in for a
yeah.
Gamma fight right now. Gamma's not even up for another couple minutes. But it looks like it. Yeah, Space is gone off by himself, while everybody else is chilling in Gamma.
It's reminiscent of a few months ago when they changed all the Gamma buff and the way it all worked, and everybody was turning up 2 minutes early to have the Gamma fight before Gamma spawned.
Mm-hmm.
When they changed the cap rate so that it basically capped instantly.
Yes. Oh God.
Some solid exchanges back and forth here. No one's really overcommitting. Infinity's responding to that space cap though. I would like to
Elson
see
with
what's
the
going
death
on over
ball.
there, but it's too much here. Nah, they didn't land it. The combo wasn't there this time.
No.
That could spell defeat for them.
Oh, Predicador in the brawler,
Infinity
getting
base
out
the
there,
back in.
getting smushed.
Oh, the
And
damage.
that's it. He's not
Well,
going to be up for the
Gamma's
first
even
few
up.
seconds of Gamma. And that puts...
Both hunters have rejoined as well.
Oh, yeah. Man, Team Infinity
Nobi
is in
taking it
such a
again.
good position right now. Moo taking a lot. Oh, not a lot, but enough
He
damage.
needs to, yeah, they need to take him out now to level off the loss of. There he is, to
Yep.
level off the loss of Obi. Ironically enough, Obi being finished off by Space, Moo being finished off by Infinity. What a
Yeah.
hunter train. Massive hits onto Space though. I don't think he's making it out here
No,
alive.
he's not going anywhere.
And there he goes.
And that is going to be 4 still alive for Team Infinity versus 2 alive for
Joe's
Team
sneaking around the
Joe.
back. I don't
Joe's
think
going
Milan
after
saw
Elite.
him sneak around the back.
Oh! It doesn't
He's got
really
another
matter
20 odd
though.
seconds before.
Yeah, he's gonna die before everything gets up.
With the,
Oh,
both with the respawn timer and the jump time. There's,
yeah.
that's a long time to wait for a heal.
And the death ball comes out. It's gonna
The
finish Joe
overlapping again.
off. No, because of the shield.
Nothing. Didn't even tickle.
Obi-Wan comes
Joe's laughing.
back. Milan is still down. Joe.
Gates-An doing what needs to be done though.
Don't die.
Moves back in. Moves back in, and he's brought Joe back from the edge of death. Gates-An's not going to be happy about that. You couldn't even see Joe's health bar for a second then.
There's Obi-Wan going
Gamma
down.
Cap swinging back.
They almost had Gamma 3 Infinity about to go down to Space World here. Allison actually getting the kill. And it looks like this has just swung completely back in the opposite direction. Gates-On jumping out, getting beamed. I think that's the game. That's the
I don't
game.
think they're going to hold the same way they could last time.
They can't.
There's too much time left on the clock for the respawn, and it is 50% of their base gone. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
folks, it's closing out now.
This is the game. Holy crap! A 32-minute game, especially in a setting where
Given that these
snowball happens so
Yeah.
easily with the balance right now. Games like this are not common at all. Wow!
Absolutely
Fantastic.
amazing.
Job.
The twists and the turns on that, absolutely amazing.
Wow.
So many instances it looked like it was going for one way and then just flip on a coin
Yeah.
in completely opposite direction.
This series of finals directed by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
There are no more Transformers films. They just blew all the budget right here.
Yes. Well, shit. Then where's my cut? Damn it.
Dude, we don't get cuts.
Oh,
we get
that's
honorable mentions at the end of the credits.
That's right. We get mentioned in amongst friends and family.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, look at the score! Wow.
And look at Gates-An's score. Damn, he
Yeah.
did some work.
Holy crap. 22 out of 32 kills he was involved in. Same thing for
He's putting his
Joe
back
on the other
into it.
team. Joe, 22 kills out of 26 he was involved in. Man. And there's only one difference in
damn.
cap and support points.
It's just that moment.
And the numbers
That-
are yeah, oh wow.
Oh, it's that heal when Gates-An. It looked like Gates-An had closed out on Joe, and Joe was done for. That would have been big if he'd have landed that kill.
Yeah.
And then just those heals from out of nowhere. I didn't even see the heals come in until the green splodges were all over Joe's hull, and
Yeah.
Joe all of a sudden had a health bar again. You could just picture Gates-An chewing the edge of his keyboard
Oh yeah.
as he threw it out of the window.
Man. That was shoot. Two moments. We had the Great Cornholio with his flanker on the side, and a little bit of missed DPS on Joe the Brave. Wow.
Beautiful, absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful game. I'm just
This
catching up
is-
with the chat
this-
now as we're speaking. You can see a lot of people must be sat on the edge of their seats right now.
Yeah, this was an amazing tournament. Yeah, it was. Wow, we've only been streaming for a little less than 4 hours.
45 minutes. Yeah, well, Axel was right with his estimated times. You can see people in the chat as well.
Yeah, they just
Their opinions
just,
on
just catching up with us.
yeah,
Man,
just
this-
their response.
this
The
is-
response to that gas 3
Yeah.
defense as well.
This was amazing. I love it. It's good.
Axel says, "I paid for my whole seat, but I'm only using the edge."
It's the only part you need.
Oh
Man.
God damn! But yeah, that was epic. I don't know how we're proceeding with this. I don't know if we're talking to the winners or if we're going to leave that with AXA whilst they run around, because they're probably running around like schoolgirls at the moment. So
Yeah, it looks like everybody is in the general chat at the moment.
And in defense of everybody that was in that particular last match there, with people that are punishing themselves now and saying, I messed up, damn it, I didn't do this right, I didn't do that right. Don't. There was such a small margin of error, or a small margin available for error in that game, that you only need to do the smallest of things wrong for your enemy to capitalize on it.
Sneezing and jerking your hand at the wrong moment. It's that kind of levels of close, and we've all done something like that. Hey, somebody's talking to you, turn your head, move your hand on accident. It happens.
And that's it. All it takes is that 1 second. Mm-hmm. There's so many instances of 1 second in that game where someone was caught out in the open and the whole of the enemy team pounced on them, and that's not necessarily anything to do with that pilot, more as it is the coordination from the teams. Which has been impeccable.
This was the. Honestly, considering the level of play that we saw out of everybody in these last two games, it surprises me that we weren't actually looking at some maybe not like top clan play, but definitely some folks that you need to pay attention to, right? If these guys just formed a team amongst themselves, they would be a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely,
they're definitely going to turn heads, especially if these players they could carry on playing with each other for other games. Because obviously that's one of the best things about this tournament format and the way it works is it pulls random players together that wouldn't normally play games with each other. If they then continue playing on, catching games together and whatever have you, and further down the line, because obviously DCG are also going to be launching their own future tournaments, and I've got some more stuff planned that I'm possibly going to be doing at a later point anyway. So it's that's like how community heroes are made. Is people remember instances from previous events, and it's nice to have a tournament. And Steve Elson summed it up there by saying thanks to the tournament organizer, and to us, by the way, and to us. Thanks.
Yeah, we did
appreciate your gratitude. Thank you. We appreciate that. But with AXA sorting out something like this, it gives a lot of opportunity for players that don't normally play within teams. Although you see a lot of the players we do see are in other clans, but it does give the opportunity for those players that aren't in clans to also become recognized. Which is really cool, because then they get recognized in game and they build up like a following as such of people that respect their plays and what they've done in matches. And fair play to them as well, putting themselves out there to be spectated, because both at the end of the day, they're not only of their like amazing plays, but also their scripts are also going to be under scrutiny. So we're used to it. Obviously, we're used to people sat in channel marking us whenever we screw something up. But for a player that's not used to making YouTube content or Twitch streaming, to put themselves out there to let people watch them play, they deserve recognition as well.
Absolutely. It's not an easy thing to do. It is a skill you acquire over time. Just getting used to the fact that there's a lot of eyes on you. We've got, what's the count right now? 39 people in the chat. I mean, that's including us, and does that include any bots or anything?
I think it's my bot's in there.
A couple, so probably 30
up near 50. So there's a lot of traffic coming through.
That's a lot of eyeballs. That's a lot of eyeballs. That's 60 to 100 eyeballs watching at you, judging you, silently considering whether you're worthy of their attention or not.
Well, nice way to build up the pressure there. Anyways, folks,
it's done now.
AXA will be sorting out the appropriate. This is also why we can't wait for VoIP. Yeah, Robert nailed it, mate. I've been harping on about that since I started playing this game. But East, you've gone from saying it's not coming to, okay, it's on the table now, we're looking into it. That's a big change. That is a massive change as far as I'm concerned.
Specifically, what they're looking at, if if you look at the image that they put out of the wall with all the stuff on it, it's Discord integration.
Yeah, that'd be big.
That'll be huge.
But on that note, folks, as I said, Axel will be sorting out the appropriate teams. Thank you all for spectating it, because otherwise Zerid and I would be talking to an empty room right now, which would be a little bit weird.
Just a little. I mean, I'd still do it.
Back to this, well, I wouldn't not do it. It'd be breaking a habit then, wouldn't it? I suppose. But yeah, it's great to have you folks out showing support for Fractured Space, because that's why we're doing it, and it's good to see the community rallying behind something that's it's fun. It's designed to be fun, and it's nice to see a good turnout for it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, it's stuff like this that encourages more people to be here, more people to take part. Hey, what's going on over here? Hey, look at this cool tournament I was involved in. You guys should play with me. That sort of thing.
They want us to join them in general. Prepare your ears.
Oh boy.
Prepare your ears. That is a big fat room full of people.
Yeah.
I'll see you on the other side, friend.
Right.
I'll see you on the other side.
What kind of gif is that?
My brain.
It's protagonist. Come on.
My ears. They're bleeding.
Oh,
shit.
so many
Where
people.
is it? Where is it?
Hey, Joe.
Congratulations
Nice.
to everybody
Thank
that took
you.
part in this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kanka.
It was a
No, thank
ton
you
of
guys.
fun watching you
Wouldn't
guys.
have worked without you guys doing it, and there's some amazingly sick plays. I can't wait to get this footage out for you guys to see, from our perspective, the absolutely amazingly sick plays and combos that come out of it.
Mhm.
Especially those. There were some nice wombo combos with the death ball, heavy beam in.
Those are great. I really like
I
the almost.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I really love the almost parallel death balls and
Yeah,
so
whenever they
many
get
of
it, it's
those.
beautiful. When you see a red death ball on a blue one, it's
Especially, I was spectating that from the side and just watched it all. It was so beautiful.
Mhm.
We've I've hosted quite a number of these sorts of things and involved in a lot of quite a these number of sorts of things, and it takes a bit for me to get on the edge of my seat now. But every time those death balls crossed, and every time someone hit like a sexy combo with the levy beam or the death ball, or just that moment when the Reaper interceptor lined up on the paladin in Gamma and just like gone and
So
get deleted. Just those moments. I genuinely, I was pretty excited. I won't lie. I'm glad the camera wasn't on because I probably looked like a moron. Perching off, hanging onto the back of my seat, swinging my arm around like a chimpanzee. Yeah. But on that note, folks, I'm going to step back out of the channel and say adieu to these lovely people that have turned up to watch all of you great people play. But yeah, thanks very much, folks. It wouldn't have worked without you. And Axel, are you in here?
Yo.
You are.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, thanks, Axel.
Big thanks.
Yeah,
thank you, Tigers. That was good stuff.
Yay!
And Zerid. And Zerid as well.
I didn't
Yeah,
do
thank
anything.
you, Jared.
Yay. That's
I'm-
what he needs, a bigger ego.
Yeah.
I'm-
did it again.
You did it again.
Yeah.
What was that smack talk you were saying about Gatesam before the beginning of the tournament? Jared?
Oh.
shit.
But can't aim straight or something?
Yeah, he's terrible bad, but I guess he did okay this time.
Yeah. I suppose. Luck or something, I don't know. Yeah. All right, folks. But no, it was absolutely amazing. And I'll be dropping all the links for everything I've recorded here anyway for you all.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Catch
I
all
wish
of
I
it.
recorded personally.
No,
Some of those moments where I all just screamed.
it's the one thing we did miss was the team